Sports
Headlines.
Good morning, Sacramento. My name is Kyle Ledbetter, and these are your Sactown sports headlines. The Kings got to light the beam with a 122-117 victory last night against the New York Knicks. The Kings had a 21-point lead in the second half before the Knicks stormed back to tie the game with 8 minutes left, and that's when fourth quarter Fox took over.
Here's Fox driving. The hammer off the dribble. The left hand by De'Aaron Fox. You talk about a statement rip. He's got 9 in the quarter.
For more post-game coverage, check out Frankie Cardicelli's Kings Recap right now on SactownSports.com. Those are your headlines. Now we begin the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on a Victory Friday.
The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sactown Sports.
Your text line is 916-339-1140. Yeah, text line. Somebody sent in to Cattles and Rami yesterday from the 94. What the hell is 949?
Don't know that.
So, hey, wherever it is.
What'd they say?
As a fan who went to the first season original Arco, now living in Texas,
Okay.
This is the biggest game for me probably ever, besides when he who shall not be named killed us in 02 or 03 or whatever it was. Can't remember.
This was the biggest game.
This was the biggest one.
Wow.
But here's the part that worries me. If the Kings win, I will probably die a happy man tomorrow. No BS. Literally. So.
Oh, no. Are you texting back to see if you get a response?
This is Dave and Jason.
Hope all is well.
We just started our show.
949 is Orange County, by the way.
OC. Okay.
OC.
I hope you are not dead. If so, give us a sign.
If you're dead?
Yeah.
Or not dead?
No, if you're dead.
Oh.
By lighting the beam from up there,
yeah,
parentheses, or down there. I don't know this person. Love.
Can it come from down there?
Beam shoots up.
Hello.
That's a great point. Yeah. Beam shoots up. Hey. Okay, so since
now we wait.
I'm kind of worried.
Yeah.
But that's it.
But he said, and it's his precursor there's would die a happy man.
But then he goes literally, like he's. Well, how lame would that be? Like the Kings win, you're super happy, and you're like, dead. Just dead. You just died from happiness. Can you even die from happiness?
We'll find out.
Great way to die.
Yeah.
Better than exploding.
Sure.
Okay. Well, that's the theme of today's show.
But he had to go through 16 years
yes.
for this random March game to be the one.
Good morning. It is a Friday. I am Dave. That is Jason, and that is Kyle.
That's
no,
Kyle.
Not that Kyle.
It's Kyle.
And not the other.
It's Kyle.
It's Kyle.
Yeah.
Kyle is with us this morning. Good morning, Kyle.
Good morning, everybody.
Kyle, I don't know how to feel about your pants, but I'm here for it.
Well,
I was passing by and I saw the pants.
You can't not see them.
You can't not see those pants. And you kind of pull it off. I'm not going to lie. I wear those pants. It's over. I'm just getting brutalized. Kyle wears those pants and he's got kind of like the pink undershirt. I love the, where did you get that Light the Beam shirt? Was that from, is that a King's Herald thing or something?
It's not King's Herald. A local artist made it. It's available on Etsy. Check out City of Beams on Etsy.
Look at the plug there.
Wow.
Are they paying you for anything?
They are not.
Okay, that's a federal offense. I'm just saying. Okay.
Kyle was here last night, too. He had the Kings game.
Really?
Yeah.
What is it, 2 for Friday?
Yeah.
My goodness.
We're working on 4 hours of sleep, baby.
Also, and we do love our some Nate Littlefield. He worked about 97 hours yesterday, so we're kind of shuffling everything.
Where's Jay?
I feel like
Great question. That's a great question.
Jay is anchored to a certain room in the house, apparently.
Yes,
Jay's anchored up. We hope he feels better.
Yeah.
And then I was out I was feeling under the weather Monday, was doing the show from home Tuesday. I feel 100% right now, but I'd like to apologize in advance because I feel 100%. But Magoo stayed home from school yesterday.
Oh, no.
Now, here's why that's a big deal.
That I don't feel good.
4-time reigning attendance champion, Magoo.
Oh, the streak. Cal Ripken.
The last day of school he missed was, well, obviously 4 years ago, and it's because we were on it was over Christmas break, and we were on a cruise. We took the family, and it held over. We didn't get back until Monday night.
Montezuma's revenge.
He was not like he never gets angry, but he was not. We could tell he wasn't happy because he was like, is there any way I could maybe, I don't know, come back earlier with mommy or something? We're like, why, buddy? Are you okay? Well, I don't like missing schools and I get behind. So Cal Ripken.
Wow.
So, but that's what like my daughter will be like, chill. Oh, I can't go to school.
I'm deaf for a week.
Right. Done, like save Avery, little balloons and everything. My son could be missing a limb and he's like, no, that's cool. I have another one.
Yeah.
So we're
right with the other hand.
It's okay. You know what it might be? Remember, they won that championship last week.
Yeah.
A little hangover.
The parade hangover.
Way too much milk. Way too much chocolate milk. Way too much root beer.
Yeah.
So we're on Magoo watch.
Okay.
Shouts to him.
Best of luck, Magoo.
We'll see if he goes to school today. This is my wife. My wife.
Is it a game time decision?
It is.
Wow.
My wife and I are going out of town this weekend, or supposed to.
Yeah.
And depending on whether or not he goes to school, we'll determine whether or not she is able to come with. And I'm not saying I'm pulling for one side or the other. I'm not. Of course, I want her to come with me. And I want him to feel better.
Yeah.
But what I will not do, Jason, and then we'll do leading off, is and this is a message for everyone out there with kids. You're the worst person if you drop your kid off sick.
Oh, you can't do that.
You're the worst person.
Yeah.
We used to have friends that they'd bring their sniffly little crappy kids over.
Yeah.
And then we'd be, it's just a runny nose. Yeah, tell me that Thursday when I'm at home with a cold compress on my face.
Right.
So what we don't do is drop our sick children off anywhere at any time. That's our responsibility. 18 seconds of pleasure, 18 years of pain. It's our fault that the kids are here. So if they're sick, it's on us.
You're heroes.
Kind of.
Yeah.
I don't want to say that.
Well, I said it.
You know who else is heroic are the Sacramento Kings.
Yeah, they are.
My goodness gracious. Woo! Leading off right now, please.
Let's do it. Leading off, the 3 top stories in the morning.
Huge news. This is very important.
Here's cut number 1.
And here, nope, and nope.
The Kings will light the beam. They've broken a 4-game losing streak at the hands of the New York Knicks. They match Memphis. Memphis with a win tonight in the first half of the doubleheader on TNT against the Warriors. Had taken a half-game lead, but the Kings go back to the number 2 spot.
The G-Man.
Yes.
It's just nice to pause every once in a while and appreciate what the G-Man is experiencing.
Isn't that the truth?
I know we talk about it, and I feel like we do our best to make sure that's in everyone's conscience if it's not already, but it's like you can't talk about it enough. It's my favorite thing about the season. Just all the years of disappointed G-Man.
Man.
Positive in the wake of failure G-Man. Putting on a strong face G-Man. His constitution is the equivalent of his hair. It's never out of place. It's never messy. It's always perfect. But now he's I think he's a lot like Jennifer Grey. He's having the time of his life.
Wow.
Yeah. Nobody puts G-Man in a corner.
Don't we all just want to lift him up?
Yeah. That's a great issue.
What?
Come on. I'm sorry. I'm just in my mind.
Oh, now he's got sound effects.
G-Man running to you.
Full speed.
You lifting him up.
Yeah. And just music playing.
Yes.
Arms out.
Yes.
A little bit of wind through the hair.
Someone's got to Photoshop that somewhere, please.
Yeah.
I'll give you. I'll Venmo you $1. I promise. If you do, you get to sit next to that.
It's a pleasure.
I'll bet it is.
Yeah. And I mean, this season is so much fun. He's enjoying it. Everybody who's not enjoying this. Yeah.
Opponents.
Well said.
By the way, good on the Kings because they knew they were on national TV to let the Knicks back in it just
That's
to
cute.
make it interesting.
Come on.
You know, it was cute.
Yeah.
Cut
Super cute.
number 2.
Cut number 2.
First, the news on Kevin Durant. Shams says he's expected to be reevaluated in 2 weeks with his left ankle sprain and return based on rehab progress, sources tell The Athletic.
Hey.
All right, so AZ Central reported that Kevin Durant could be out 4 to 6 weeks. The fear was a grade 2 ankle sprain. Forgive me, I did not see them grade the ankle sprain. I just saw that he was going to be reevaluated.
It didn't get a letter grade.
But it didn't write A, B, C, or F. But he will be reevaluated in a couple of weeks.
Well, it still could be 4 to 6.
Yeah.
He's being reevaluated
Absolutely.
in 2 weeks. Everyone's like, this is great news. Well, it could be.
It
I
could
hope
be.
so. I mean, I'm not rooting against it. The Kings will play them both times within the 2-week span.
Including tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
That will be right here on Sactown Sports. And oh, by the way, the Suns are really good without Kevin Durant.
Absolutely.
They're
Beat the Kings twice already and beat a lot of teams. Haven't lost since the All-Star break.
And Devin Booker is on a little bit of a
Or
tear
since they
right
had
now.
Durant, excuse me.
Yeah, he's on quite the tear. Also, I don't know if you would call it a downside from last night, and we're going to have plenty of coverage of last night's game. Jason, I'm officially worried about De'Aaron Fox's hamstring. He pulled up a little lame last night in the fourth quarter. You could see it. He obviously turned it on and was fine, but he was grabbing at it a little bit, rubbing it. I'm a little concerned with that, but what are you going to do? Somebody get him a Theragun. Do the Kings have a Theragun?
No, they have to hang on to the 2 seed to get a Theragun.
Can we get them a Theragun, please? Cut number 3.
Cut number 3.
That's what I said.
No surprise here out of Washington, D.C., where Patrick Ewing is out at Georgetown after 6 seasons. 6 seasons for Patrick Ewing, and they won 13 games over the past 2 seasons.
Woof.
So, growing up, man, Georgetown was as blue chip as it gets.
Absolutely.
There was a stretch where they had, I think I'll get it right, like it was like Patrick Ewing, Alonzo Mourning, Dikembe Mutombo, and then though not in the NBA as well as those guys, but I think after Dikembe was Othella Harrington, if I remember, who was great in college.
Yeah.
Allen Iverson,
obviously. I was just going through centers, but yeah, Iverson and so many. And those, there was like a brief 2-year period when I was, I think, in elementary school where like Georgetown was my college basketball team. I loved the jerseys. It's probably why I still love gray. I loved the look. They were just awesome, and boy, have they fallen.
Yeah, and for him too, right? He was rumored to. The Kings interviewed him as a coach a couple opportunities back, but I feel for guys that are like he's a Georgetown. Like that's kind of probably was one of his dream jobs.
Yeah,
and to be out like they're going to give you every benefit of the doubt to make it work, and it just didn't work, and that's too bad.
This was his 6th season at Georgetown. He was 75 and 109. That's a 40% winning percentage, and 28 and 81 in the Big East. That's what's really going to get you. They made the tournament 1 year, and were out in the round of 64. By the way, they were 13 and 13 that year. That was a conference championship berth. It is sad because he did go to Georgetown. He is Georgetown. You've had John Thompson. I believe John Thompson III was the coach there for a while. So they're very familial over there, and I appreciate that about the program. It's a DC program. You just wonder, how do you get Georgetown? Are we going to be able to go back to the days? Will we ever see the UNLVs and the Georgetowns of the world be college basketball powers again? It's funny when you go to when you and I were coming up, and you still got your Kansases, your Dukes, your North Carolinas, but my goodness gracious.
Yeah. I feel for that. It's I like being a UCLA fan when Rick Neuheisel, who played there and was an assistant and got the job football wise, it was like, oh man, and then it just didn't work out. That's the job he wanted. Juwan Howard now at Michigan. Yeah. Right. At some point his time will come, but hopefully it's a long time.
Sure.
When those guys get, go back to their school, you want them to you want it to work.
And Patrick seems like a good guy.
Absolutely.
He's tried to break through as a head coach. Sadly enough, 60 years old. He's going to have to go back
as an assistant somewhere right?
and do the grind again. And now you kind of have maybe a bit of a stigma, like, well, when he was the head coach, That's very unfair.
Yeah.
We'll take a break. When we come back, let's get to the night in the NBA. We got a ton of Kings coverage for you, but we got to see what's going on around the NBA, including a grudge match between the Grizzlies and the Warriors. We've got sound on that as well. And an old friend had a wonderful night last night, too. We'll get there next.
The only place you'll find De'Aaron Fox is Sactown Sports.
Spins away from the defender. In the paint. Soft floater. That's a great play by De'Aaron Fox.
Hey, Sacramento. It's De'Aaron Fox. You're listening to the home of the Sacramento Kings, Sactown Sports.
Your local sports leader.
What's up? We're talking to Chad Hoblet of Hoblet Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, and Woodland. Chad, what's going on for Ram Truck Month?
This month, you can save up to $10,000 off MSRP on new 2023 Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cabs. Plus, we have over 600 new Ram trucks available, which means we have the truck you want at the price that will work for you. That's what makes us California's #1 Ram truck dealer and #3 in the nation.
Oh, with all the options in Sacramento, how does Hoblet manage to be the #1 Ram truck dealer over and over again?
Well, our true pricing policy is a big part of it. The price you see is the price you pay. No bait and switch or surprise add-ons like other places. Plus, we know times are getting harder, which is why we don't mark up our trucks like everyone else.
Hey, if you're tired of being taken advantage of or just being the next sucker, come experience the difference at the Hoblet Ram Truck Center or search, select, and save through their whole inventory at HobletDodge.com. Best prices, best selection, period.
$10,000 total net savings after $4,000 factory rebates and $6,000 dealer discounts. Rebates include $1,000 Chrysler Capital bonus cash. Must finance with Chrysler Capital qualifying $1,000 case, C&H, or New Holland equipment cash. Must have purchased qualifying equipment after December 1st, 2020 to qualify. 5 of this net savings. See dealer for details.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
On Sactown Sports.
Let's expand on that, Jason.
That was an incredible code game we just played.
That was like password.
I was really proud of us.
Welcome back on a Victory Friday.
There's been a lot of those.
I'm
tired of it.
It's just too much winning. Lisa Gonzalez on her Instagram, our friend over at KCRA3.
Hi, Lisa.
She put up a really cool little Instagram video of the beam in the rain.
Yeah.
And it's purple rain, but it just looks so cool. Like, have we figured out how high that goes?
I have not.
Someone measured
to the moon.
I've seen it hit clouds.
Yeah.
So I'm just wondering, like, if there's like a Southwest plane flying at 30,000 feet, does it hit the bottom? I don't know. Have we ascertained? I'm sure you can't, but who knows? Can you see the beam from space? Probably not. But like, if you zoomed enough,
I feel like you can.
No.
Yeah. I think everybody can see the beam.
Kyle disagrees. Kyle says no.
Well, I do agree with you on the plane thing because I've made stand-up jokes about that.
By the way, since you last worked with us, I found out you were an author and a stand-up comic.
This is true, yes.
I did not know this when you were with us before. And
a podcast host.
And a podcast host? What don't you do? My goodness, where do you find time for leisure?
Well, that's a great question.
Yeah.
I mean, I do live in a city where I don't really know all that many people, but at the same time, I am an author, a podcast host,
Where are you here from?
So originally from San Diego, went to college at UC Davis.
Okay, very
good. And now I'm
Stickers
here.
Up. Gotcha. So you went to UC Davis, and then you decided to stick around here rather than go back to San Diego.
This is correct.
That's a super smart decision.
I agree.
Everyone does that. Everyone stays in Sacramento rather than going back to your home in San Diego.
Don't tell the San Diego people, but Sacramento's better.
You know what San Diego means, by the way, in English.
Oh, yes, I do.
You do?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. The night in the
In
NBA. Well, what was the line when it was the Whales, whatever?
Yeah. Anchorman.
I don't know about this Grizzlies-Warriors thing. Like,
I think the Grizzlies want to fight them, but
Right.
Why? Why you care?
It's like that thing where the Grizzlies are like, okay, so it's like the Warriors. This is what I was thinking last night. Like the Warriors. Okay, let's leave out who the Warriors are. The Grizzlies are like the toady that's like Scott Farkus's little with the hat.
Yeah.
And they just bark, and bark. And the Warriors annoy the hell out of me too, but I'm watching the game last night and I'm sitting there like, I mean, just elbow him, Draymond, right in the mouth.
Right.
I'm like, ew, why am I saying that for? I don't like Draymond. I'm rooting for the Warriors. I wanted them to come back and win. I mean, also.
Yeah, for other reasons as well, but just because of that, because there's obviously when people are upset at the Warriors, I think there's some jealousy, some envy, whatever. We get it. They've been one of the best teams. They've controlled the finals basically for the better part of a decade here.
Yes.
And Memphis, I think, thinks they are them, and they're not. Now, they're a really good team and a good organization, but they haven't obviously been the Warriors.
No, and I don't understand. Like, you're just sitting yourself. First off, your organization has a couple issues.
Yes.
Maybe calm down and focus on,
protect your own house.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's number one. Number two, like, dude, it's like that meme where it shows a picture of the guy that says, when the worst person you know makes a good point. Like Draymond last night, we'll find the audio here somewhere, but he was basically like, yeah, they're winning games in March. I have trouble getting out of bed in March. Like, talk to me when you win. Like this version, they've won nothing.
Right.
You can't talk right now.
Yeah. Well, and there's been a lot of verbal back and forth between the two teams, between really Dylan Brooks and Draymond Green.
And we were looking forward to that matchup last year. Were the Grizzlies out in the first or the second round? I can't remember.
Second, I believe. Yeah, they never got to the Warriors.
You're talking to the defending.
Well, the Warriors knocked him out.
Yeah, that's right. There you go.
Yeah, Ja got hurt in Game 4.
Yeah,
you're talking to the defending champions and a dynasty. Now, listen, that doesn't mean you can't be like, hey, we're not afraid of you. We're not going to take any crap from you. Like, I'm all here for that. You don't have to bow down to the Warriors, but I don't know if I'm talking.
Right.
Like, just
play. Just go beat them. Beat them as many times as you can, regular season, if you meet again in the postseason.
Here's Dylan Brooks.
Tonight, what was the message that you had to Draymond?
That's what I do. I talk, and I told him, I told him that keep that mic. You better have the mic than hooping. You know what I'm saying? So keep doing this podcast, keep blogging, keep doing this thing off the court. It's cute, it's fun for him.
Oh, keep doing your cute podcast, huh?
Keep doing your cute podcast. But it's also like, Draymond just has to hold up his fingers.
Yeah.
With the hardware.
Well, and there was even that weird play in the game, like where they were, Draymond had the ball, like elbow on his face, and Brooks wouldn't move his face. And like, what are you guys doing?
That was and like, Draymond's elbow came up and made like fish face on Dylan Brooks. Like it was honestly, I'm kind of surprised that didn't evolve into something worse, to be honest with you. And I'm cool with the new generation standing up to the old heads, and I'm not going to back down. I get that. It's just Dylan Brooks is such a wiener, isn't he? Okay, give me a bigger wiener in the NBA than Dylan Brooks. Give me a bigger bad guy.
Okay,
than Dylan Brooks. Dylan Brooks makes Grayson Allen look like Mother Teresa.
Yeah, the list, those two, Beverly.
Okay.
But Dylan Brooks is my, just perpetually either angry, agitator, talker. Yeah, it's Brooks.
Hey, who's the guy with Houston that got into it with? I forget.
Garrison Matthews.
Yeah.
I felt like that was isolated, but maybe not.
Plus, when your name's Gary Matthews, are you really an enforcer? I'm sorry. We'll take a break. When we come back, we got magic numbers, we got standings watch, but also I want to tell you before we take a break, all the energy in the building last night at Gold One Center. So proud of y'all. Got to think it was powered by American Energy, at least somewhat. This goes for everybody at Golden One, too. They have an HVAC system, I'm sure. I'm sure if Golden One needs a new HVAC system, American Energy would be happy to give them $2,500 off their new whole home system installation. God, what would that... $2,500 off on an installation at Golden One Center would probably be like 0.5%. I don't even know. Golly, to change that thing. Running air conditioning at Golden One. My goodness. Well, thank goodness for you. You've got your house, which is, I would imagine, not the size of Golden One Center. And if so, congratulations. You replace your system, you get $2,500 off a new HVAC whole home system install. 0% financing, payment plan options available. There's no reason. Hey, where's my music, Kyle? I want to swim in it. Keep going. Come on. I want to swim in this. I'm not getting any levels on your end. Do me a favor. Pot it all the way up just so I can see we're getting levels. Like literally redline it. Okay, that's redline. Bring it down a little down. more. All right, good. No reason to keep putting off making your home a place of comfort for you and your family. Plus, get a whole home air purification option on select systems. Limited time only. Don't settle with a high quote from those other guys. Call today, 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990. AmericanEnergyAir.com. It's all Carmichael Dave Central. When we get back, magic number, standings, watch, and more. Don't go away. Sactown Sports.
Sactown Sports is your new home for the San Francisco 49ers.
Let's go, Niners! Yeah!
Debo.
Debo 10. Debo. Touchdown!
McCaffrey.
I'm just proud to be a 49er.
CMC!
Dynamite! Kittle.
And it is caught by George Kittle again.
They all live here. Sactown Sports, your official home for 49ers football in the 916.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Folsom Lake Kia.
I'm Tamara Berg in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. Your Friday forecast starts out wet and windy. As we get into the afternoon, those winds will really ease up across the area, and some showers will be more on the hit and miss variety. Plan for highs in the upper 50s. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
Treat yourself to a new car in the new year. Shop Folsom Lake Kia for your favorite Kia model. Low interest rates, low payments, even zero down deals with approved credit. Over 20 years right here in Sacramento. That's Folsom Lake Kia.
At Staples, school is always in session. And savings never take a holiday, especially now during Staples Teacher Palooza. You save big on everything for school, like 25% on classroom decor and stickers, up to 40% on brands like Post-it, Papermate, and Elmer's. Plus, 2-ounce bottles of Purell hand sanitizer are just 49 cents. During Staples Teacher Palooza, teachers save big, and so do you with classroom deals for everybody. But deals end soon, so hurry to Staples today. Offers end 3/11. In-store only while supplies last.
All right, class, it's the NCAA Division I Men's Basketball Championship. Welcome to Fandom 101. Here's your assignment. Lesson 1, go big for every bucket. 2, work together. And 3, attendance is encouraged, but passion is mandatory. The NCAA Division I Men's Basketball Championship, first and second rounds, March 16th and 18th at the Golden One Center in Sacramento, California. Buy your seats today at ncaa.com/MBB tickets. Class dismissed.
Did you know that over 90% of male enhancement pills are virtually the same thing that's repackaged, redone over and over again? Why settle for the same old product when you can get something completely different? Something that takes male enhancement into the 21st century. Something that really works. Men, you need to try Noxitril, the explosive, all-natural male enhancement formula that will unlock your performance in the bedroom to a level you could only dream of. Try to imagine Viagra on steroids. Noxitril is so powerful, that's why it took years for it to finally become available to the public without a prescription. So call now and take advantage of our special Noxitril free bottle offer today. Oh yeah, we recommend that you use the Noxitril dose as directed. Think of your partner. We certainly don't want you to overperform in the bedroom.
Call now and find out how to get a free bottle of Noxitril while supplies last. Call 800-993-2150, 800-993-2150. Free bottles for limited time. So call now, 800-993-2150, 800-993-2150.
Hey, Sacramento, the 2 days per week landscape watering schedule is back. Even numbered addresses water on Wednesday and Sunday. Odd numbers water Tuesday and Saturday. Learn more at cityofsacramento.org/drought.
The folks at M&S Auto know that inflation is tough on everybody. If you need an excellent, gently used car or truck, M&S has hundreds of vehicles on the lot on El Camino, just off the Cap City Freeway. M&S customers get great deals and they save thousands. Get a great deal now on super clean 4x4s, including Tacomas, Silverados, and Jeeps, and muscle cars, Challengers, Teslas, Mustangs, and even the occasional McLaren. M&S Auto, msautogroup.com.
Sactown Sports.
Headlines.
Good morning, Sacramento. My name is Kyle Ledbetter, and these are your Sactown Sports headlines. The Kings got to light the beam with a 122-117 victory last night against the New York Knicks. The Kings held a 21-point lead in the second half before the Knicks stormed back to tie the game with 8 minutes left, and that's when fourth quarter Fox took over.
Here's Fox driving. The hammer off the dribble. The left hand by De'Aaron Fox. You talk about a statement rip. He's got 9 in the quarter.
For more post-game coverage, check out Frankie Cardicelli's Kings Recap up right now on SactownSports.com. Those are your headlines. Now let's roll along with the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
The only place in the morning to get your sports fix.
Live and local.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
J Mar's out today. Going to give him a 4-day weekend. He'll be back Monday. He is under the weather. We got Kyle in with us this morning. Appreciate that. What, Tom? Tom Maley looking in the window like,
what does he do back there?
I don't know. Go do your radio show, guy. I'm a good code decoder, and I'm reading the chat and the YouTube. Did I just decipher, Kyle, that you were born in 2002?
Not quite. You're close, but not quite.
Because it says you were born in a year that ends with 2.
That starts with 2.
Oh, I read it
2000?
Yeah, 2000?
Well, you're both right in between. It's
2001?
Mm-hmm. You got it.
2001.
Yep.
We brought this up yesterday with Scott Marsh that the last time the Knicks and Kings were both playing each other with 35 wins was when I was in the womb.
And you were in the womb last night, too.
So when J. Will was drafted, he's swinging around in a coin purse while you and I are covering this. That's how old we are, or how young he is.
Yeah. Let's choose the positive.
Yeah, let's say how young I am.
Yeah, that's fine. So you again, a San Diego guy originally, but you have absolutely no memory of the Kings in the playoffs. In your lifetime, you have no memory of that.
Nope, not at all.
Wow.
My earliest basketball memory was the 2010 Lakers championship.
That just reminds me how much closer to death I am than I was a year ago. Welcome back. It's a depressing Friday. Light the beam. Do you think someday, like, local funeral homes will start selling, like, beam caskets? Like, if the beam sticks around forever, like, people will incorporate that, right? Like, they'll be
beam would be shooting out of your casket?
Like, yeah, or like you have a beam in the casket. Like, hey, lit the beam one last time. Yeah, it's like the old joke. Like, I want to be buried in in a King's casket so they can let me down one last time. Like something on the. You never heard that? Like,
I have not.
Oh yeah, bury me someday in a King's colored casket so my team can let me down one last time, which is super depressing. Which is why, like, you get a beam casket.
Wow.
I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm getting on an airplane today.
Yeah.
I'm not happy about it at all. It's very windy. Just saying this. This would be awesome if we're recording this. So if I do die this week in an airplane crash, people will be like, oh my God, I can't believe you. Like this right now is getting replayed on Monday.
Man. One more Kings joke, by the way. I don't know if it's that great of a joke, but it reminded me of Brian Wheeler. Wheels.
Yeah,
Wheels used to be here. And just much like Coast to the Shot Clock, Wheels had a thing called Sports Graffiti.
Yep.
And you get to say one sentence or one thing, and it was like a quick call in. That's all you could do. And one of them I remember so well still, obviously this is probably late 90s.
Mm-hmm.
And the guy
before Kyle was born.
Before Kyle was born. So someone took the time to call in on Sports Graffiti and said, hey, do you know why the Kings don't have their own website? And then
why?
Well, hang up.
Oh, hang up.
It's like, wait. And then call, like 15 call, and then out of nowhere, because they can't put 3 W's together. But you had to wait like 7 because I'm like, what is the answer to that? What is the answer to that?
Yeah.
And then out of nowhere, when you just hear you can't put 3 W's together.
That's actually
that's back to the call like 7 calls ago.
That's actually really good. And I can hear some kids like ears turning right now. Where they're like, you don't need the 3 W's.
Well,
just put it.
Times are different.
This was the
90s. Crazy time.
They can't put 3 W's together. If I don't come back, all I'm saying is purple casket, please. Okay. Purple casket. And
you want a number on it? Or no?
No number. Just give me the purple casket. Put a little beam in there.
Okay.
And like maybe everyone brings purple glow sticks to the funeral.
Okay.
And then just when you come by, just like set it in the casket.
I feel we also need to like have you filled with popcorn.
100% give me purple beams, give me popcorn. I don't need the brownies, plus they'll melt and that'll be weird.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I won't care, but
your funeral's getting dangerously close to a rave.
Right. And then
celebration.
And then as they make their playoff run, you know, I'm not going to say give me a memorial seat because, hey, listen, that's a lot of money. It's playoff tickets. You know, you got to make some cash, but like, maybe a tiny little cup of popcorn. Just maybe where Jeff Petrie used to sit. Just a little tiny little pop. That's all. Just one, maybe a kernel.
Yeah,
I could get a memorial kernel of popcorn at Golden One Center. I feel like that's my legacy.
It's not getting too dark.
Well, purple.
Yeah.
The night in the NBA, we talked about that in the last segment. Now let's talk about magic numbers.
Yes,
they're so magical.
They are.
They're the magiciest numbers ever, and boy, they're starting to shrink.
Yes, they are. That's what happens when you win. If you're the Kings win again last night. They didn't get a ton of help last night. I guess partly you get a little more separation from the Warriors because they picked up there. I know Memphis did win. So you stay at the number 2 seed. We said this yesterday. Kings technically would be the 2 right now over Memphis, even though they have the same record. But what is happening, Dave, I think if you really look at it, and I know this is still the common phrasing, it's so close, it's so tight in the West, you have a bad day, you move. Really, the top 4 are separating.
Yes, they are.
And so the Kings' first goal is to make it. They haven't made it yet, but they're in really good shape. But I think they're in terrific shape of hosting, of being a top 4 seed. Don't you?
I do. You were working the radio, so you had to go back and watch parts of the broadcast. You weren't able to watch okay. The announcer said at least twice, and I'm sure there's people out there that can correct me if they said it more, but I know they said it at least twice. And Ernie and Kenny, Kenny was off last night for his birthday or whatever. But Ernie might have said it too. I think he did. So maybe it was a grand total of 3 times where they said, and the crowd, I'm paraphrasing, but it was something to the effect of the crowd is crazy here at Sacramento Golden One Center, and 16 years of pain and missing the playoffs is about to end or is ending. Like they said it with certainty that and every time they said it, and I wasn't, you're paying attention to the game, but you're in game mode. You're not like, eyes wide open, staring at the screen. I might have been, looking at something on my phone or whatever. But every time they said it, my ears, like my dog, just what are you doing? Stop jinxing.
Right.
But those magic numbers, our best friend right now is time.
Yes,
we're not catching Denver, so we are not hunting anymore.
No, and I think the other thing is now officially. I told you about the top 4. Only Phoenix, Memphis, Sacramento, and Denver can get to 50 wins. That's it.
Wow.
I mean, if the Clippers went out, 49 wins. Warriors went out, 49 wins. Minnesota wins out, 49 wins.
Wow.
Same with Dallas, winning out, 49 wins. So now start to do that number. Kings already at 39. They need 11 wins to guarantee, with no help, that they're hosting.
And I believe that's 11-7,
11-6,
6,
which would be difficult. That's with though. Again, they all can't win out, but you need one of them to win out. That's not happening.
No.
Yeah,
not even. I don't want to jinx it, but I don't even see like Phoenix.
Well, let's even and if we go 5, the teams that can get to 49 wins was the Clippers. Well, remember that number goes down. The Kings can tie the Clippers because they have a tiebreaker.
Right.
The Kings play the Warriors one more time, so they could change that number. Minnesota, they still play one more time, and they still play Dallas one more time.
So it really does seem, again, wood knocking here, but it really does seem ranking to be 2, 3, or 4.
Correct. Barring just a colossal meltdown,
collapse.
And then someone else, a team 5 through. Well, we'll go 5 through 10, 11, like going off, maybe multiple teams going off, but it's just going to be so difficult to do that based on everybody playing each other.
We will take a break. Much more on that when we come back. Let's get into TNT's coverage.
Yeah, how was it last night?
Yeah, we'll hear from De'Aaron Fox on the national attention as well, and some of the ins and outs of things people said and so much more. And by the way, during the break, Kyle, I have an assignment for you if you would. Can we zoom out? You did zoom out. Wow, you just did that. Wow.
Were we too close?
We were.
It was a mega zoom in.
I think that they could see a nose hair.
Oh.
In one of us.
It was winking.
Yeah, it was winking nose hair. Yeah. More of that coming up right after this.
The only place you'll find Kevin Herter is Sactown Sports.
Herter's open, steps into three. He's got the triple.
Hey, Sacramento, it's Kevin Herter, and you're listening to the home of the Sacramento Kings, Sactown Sports.
Your local sports leader.
Thanks to the Xfinity 10G network, my little brother's friends won't leave our house. When I was their age, internet with basically no interruptions was a pipe dream.
You sound like my grandpa. Now through March 21st, new customers can get 1 gig internet on the Xfinity 10G network. It's just $30 a month for 2 years when you add mobile with unlimited data. Go to Xfinity.com/10G, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store today. Requires paperless billing and autopay with stored bank account. Restrictions apply. Taxes and fees extra. Xfinity Mobile requires Xfinity Internet. After promo, regular rates apply to internet service and devices. Actual speeds vary.
Snoop Dogg presents.
This is legendary. It's brought to you by the Deagle Double
High School Reunion Tour with Wiz Khalifa, Too Short, Warren G, Burner, and special guest DJ Drama. Snoop Dogg, Wiz Khalifa and friends, live in concert, Golden One Center, Friday, August 25th. Get tickets this Friday at 9 a.m. at Ticketmaster.com.
Get ready, because Scott's is taking over daylight saving time. It's such a big event that we're calling it day-long saving time. And now it's got real savings. In fact, it's the biggest deals of the year. Audacious? Absolutely. So don't wait. Stock up early and you'll be able to save up to $20 on Scott's Triple Action and Easy Seed products today at the Home Depot and Lowe's. Offers available March 9th through 22nd at select U.S. stores while supplies last. Selection varies by location. See store for exact offers.
If you are like the thousands of people that take advantage of March for replacing your heating and cooling system, then this message is for you. Hi, I'm Mario, owner of Attic Man Heating and Air, and March is the most popular month for replacing old, inefficient heating and cooling systems because of milder temperatures and end-of-winter rebates. If you've even contemplating replacing your old AC system, act now. Take advantage up to 5 years of interest-free financing and 10-year warranties. I know, it sounds way too good to be true, but it is true. 10 years of worry-free operation, but you have to book online today at atticmanhvac.com. Attic Man Heating and Air.
2 minutes left. 2 minutes left. Hands up. No fouls. No fouls. Yes. Great job. Timeout. Hello, Sacramento, and all you listeners, it's Doug Christie here for the Good Feet Store. Did you know that when your feet are not properly supported, your whole body can become misaligned, causing pain in your feet, knees, hips, or back? Good Feet arch supports are designed to support all four arches of the foot, placing the feet in their ideal pain-relieving position and aligning the body from the feet up. Good Feet arch supports come in a wide range of over 300 styles, flexibilities, and sizes, so customers can be precisely fit with the arch supports that meets their personal needs. It's one reason why Good Feet arch supports are only available at the Good Feet Store. Visit the Good Feet Store now for a free personalized arch support fitting and then take them for a walk. Experience for yourself the pain-relieving comfort, balance, and support of Good Feet. In Sacramento, Roseville, Stockton, Modesto, and Vacaville. Online at goodfeet.com.
Did you know that over 90% of male enhancement pills are virtually the same thing that's repackaged, redone over and over again? Why settle for the same old product when you can get something completely different? Something that takes male enhancement into the 21st century. Something that really works. Men, you need to try Noxitril, the explosive, all-natural male enhancement formula that will unlock your performance in the bedroom to a level you could only dream of. Try to imagine Viagra on steroids. Noxitril is so powerful, that's why it took years for it to finally become available to the public without a prescription. So call now and take advantage of our special Noxitril free bottle offer today. Oh yeah, we recommend that you use the Noxitril dose as directed. Think of your partner. We certainly don't want you to overperform in the bedroom.
Call now and find out how to get a free bottle of Noxitril while supplies last. Call 800-993-2150, 800-993-2150. Free bottles for limited time. So call now, 800-993-2150, 800-993-2150.
They bleed black and purple. It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on your local sports leader, Sactown Sports.
Hey, welcome back. You know, much more fun doing the show after a win, I think.
I agree with you.
Even more fun doing a show after a national television win.
Yeah, it's two of those.
And you know, both New York teams.
Yep.
It looked like a blowout. And I'm trying to think here, like, which I would have been happier with. Like, part of me goes, well, of course you want the blowout, stupid. But from an objective point of view, didn't it make it kind of more fun? Like also stressful with.
Yeah. I mean, yes, I thought, there was a point where the shooting discrepancy was so drastic. It's like, wait, the Kings are shooting over 60%. The Knicks are in like the high 20s, low 30s.
Yeah.
And the game wasn't that far out of reach. Then it started to get to that 20-21 range, which was good. It just felt like a little bit of law of averages was part of it, but also the Knicks started hitting some shots, executing a little better. And the oddity to me, Dave, was when Brunson didn't come back. Brunson was killing the Kings, but it was a one-man show. Then when he went out, I felt like everyone else responded, and they seemingly got every offensive rebound.
Dude, for real.
Yeah, the sequence to tie was the fifth attempt, but 4 offensive rebounds, and then they hit the 3 to tie. You're like, okay, guys. Like, I felt like everybody that was at the game was ready to go down there and get a rebound.
Super not happy about that sequence at all. And I got to think the amount of children that heard F-bombs from their parents at home was ridiculous. Offensive rebounds last night, 23-6.
Yeah, most they had allowed this year by far. And they really could have lost the game on that.
It was national TV, though, and I did enjoy this. Charles Barkley's always good for a quip, and he had this to say coming back to break.
Kings looking for win number 39. That'll allow them to hold on to the number 2 spot in the West if they should win this one over New York.
Shout out to C-Webb. That's the last time they had a great team.
Yeah, they had like was Brian Anderson talking about the 8 straight years of going to the playoffs and then nothing, just crickets since 2006.
Yes,
but that is all about the change.
Well, since Shaq on the team,
he was holding them back.
He was holding them back.
And then
he sold his portion.
And look at him. There you go. It's the Midas touch in reverse. It's the American Express halftime report.
Thanks, Shaq.
Thanks, Shaq. Appreciate ya. By the way, Charles isn't wrong. I mean,
speaking the truth.
Everything's a jinx. I get it, but
how was the coverage? Because I literally did not get to see any of it, obviously. So
I thought the coverage was good. I know that a lot of people, including myself, were having fun with the fact that Jamal Crawford filling in for Kenny Smith, former King, by the way, his birthday, he took the day off. At one point on the big board, he referred to Trey Lyles as Kevin Lyles.
Okay.
And I feel like that's going to stick a little bit. And, like I'm seeing it in the chat right now. This is just Kings fans, which I love. The Kings' hate was palpable.
Was it?
No, it wasn't.
Okay.
Like, come on. No, it wasn't. People are upset because somebody, I forget who said it, but there was the intimation that, well, if Jalen Brunson had played in the second half, Knicks might have won. Guess what? If Jalen Brunson had played in the second half, the Knicks might have won.
Might have.
You think in a 5-point game when their other all-star is playing, like, imagine that in reverse, and if Fox was out in the second half, we certainly would be thinking that it's like, relax.
But again, I just said, honestly, I thought it was a one-man show in the first half. He was great. But they were way better as a team. And I'm not saying Jalen Brunson's a ball hog or anything, but he was the guy that was going. And I don't know if that was by design by the Kings defensively, but all of a sudden, here's Grimes in the second half. Here's Hartenstein. Here's Hart. Here's Randall. They just had a way more contribution. They were way more balanced in the second half. I thought they were better, honestly, in the second half. They're not better without Brunson, but last night particularly, I don't know what it would have looked like with him in the second half.
There was also a moment where, who was it? It was Josh Hart. Went after a loose ball in the stands and right in the front row, and there was beer spilled everywhere. Yeah. Sam Amick made, and I know you saw this, Sam Amick made a comment about how Scott Moak said something in-house, like, relax, everybody, it's just beer, referencing the puke.
Right.
But am I wrong here? Because Sam never gets this stuff wrong, because he said, whatever, a lot of fans will remember that this spill happened, almost right where last year's puke incident happened, but that wasn't That was on the completely other side.
Correct.
Okay, just making sure I didn't miss that. So there were fun moments. The crowd was absolutely, the crowd was absolutely. I'm so
you could feel it.
You could.
Okay, good. It was loud. There was a great energy in there.
I would like to ask the audience a question. I would really like to ask the audience a question here. Put your 916-339-1140 or in the Sactown Sports YouTube chat. I want to say the crowd was so loud that it messed with the TNT sound, because my sound was very, like, sometimes you could tell it would be like surroundy and clear, and then other times it sounded like it was kind of and it's what it sounded like to me was a speaker modulation. Now, maybe that was just the storms. Maybe that was just my feed. Maybe that was YouTube TV. I don't know, but I'd really like to hear if somebody was watching on Comcast or DirecTV or Hulu or whatever. If anyone else noticed the same thing, I think it was either way. It was a playoff atmosphere.
Yeah, it really was.
And I took this as a compliment, even though I know some people might brush and bristle at it, from our friend Mark Spears. But he had tweeted out a shot of the Golden One cameras, or the Golden One crowd, and at one point he said something like the new Oracle Arena. And I understand the reference he was making, because Oracle, when the Warriors were coming up, was the loudest, craziest arena. I take that as a compliment. I think a lot of people might be like, no, we're not. We're better than them. Check it out. I will 100% take that.
Sure.
De'Aaron Fox was asked about the national attention.
I think it's big for the organization and for the city. This is much bigger than us. Like you said, I think people know about the Sacramento crowd, but obviously we play late games. People on the East Coast or in Central Time aren't, they're asleep when we're playing. So for them to be able to experience it, and obviously not everybody has league pass. So for people to experience this on TNT tonight, I think was huge for this fan base and for this organization. And I think once playoff time comes, obviously all arenas are loud, but I think this is just a special place to play.
I think he's right.
Yeah, I think he's right too.
Did you happen to see the Fox and Monk post game?
Of course.
Did you happen to see the
innuendo that Monk said?
Yeah,
I did.
It was
that broke up the room, broke up Fox.
Well, that's the thing. What I don't know, maybe it's just me, but here's what I noticed. I don't think anyone was gonna say anything
until Fox did.
And then the whole room lost it. Here it is.
In that type of moment.
Hey, Sean.
I've been trying to get him going earlier than that. Listen sometimes, but it's Fox, man. I've been saying it for almost all my life, man. I know what he's gonna do. I know how to say something to get him turned on too. So,
oh my God.
So I was fine with the coverage. I thought it was good. Guess what? They've got to cover both teams.
Yeah.
And
the Knicks had won 9 of 10.
Yes. And they're also New York City. And it's not a coronation and complete love fest for Sacramento, nor should it be, because I'll tell you this much, Boomer and Gio right now are probably getting a call from Mac in Long Island saying, hey, it's too much. I don't care that much. All I could do is talk about Sacramento.
Yes. It's the Joe Buck thing. Joe Buck hates our team. The Kings are going to be on national TV in the postseason.
Yes.
They hate this ex-announcer. This one hates us. Does he? Do they? Does she? Whoever it might be.
Yes.
Come on.
Let's see. Before we go to break, Amy Bill. It's Amy Bill on the YouTube chat, which I'm guessing is perhaps a couple sharing a screen name, which, by the way, you should never do. I normally, you guys ignore my question. I don't ever remember seeing a question, but all right. But if you could answer this one, I'd appreciate it. Should we sit Fox an extended amount of time so he can get his hammy healed? I'm not trying to cop out of the question, but I did not examine him today. I will be doing an MRI this afternoon. Listen, the training staff has been fantastic this year. They even that's one thing they also pointed out. The Knicks and Kings are the two healthiest teams in the NBA, and the Kings are ahead of the Knicks, and then it's a big distance to third. The training staff knows what they're doing, and if that's a real thing, you can't screw with hamstrings. So yeah, I don't think there's any strategy that goes into that. Rather miss Fox for the next week, if that's what it is.
Yeah.
Then he really does something, and Fox is out for. You can't screw with a hamstring.
Yeah, I mean, I saw a guy with a couple electrifying dunks in the game, one in the fourth quarter, 15 points in the fourth quarter.
Yep.
I think he's all right, and I think collectively, I know the hamstring is why he was, quote, listed out. Dave, I think his wrist has been the thing that's bothering him more.
Yep.
And he's even kind of alluded to that. So he's just fine.
As Stan Van Gundy said, by the way, during the game, when Fox grabbed his hamstring, and then he immediately did the dunk. And Stan said, it's funny. The best cure for an injury in basketball is having the basketball in your hands.
Yeah, in an open lane.
It all goes away at some point. We'll take a break. When we come back, let's look at the bench last night. Real heroic effort from that bench, including a trio of folks that really put some great numbers up. We got post-game with Kevin Lyles hanging out with Gary Gerald. We'll do that next.
Sports is your new home for the San Francisco 49ers.
Let's go Niners! Yeah!
Debo,
10, Debo, touchdown!
McCaffrey.
I'm just proud to be a 49er.
CMC!
Fight! Kittle.
And it is caught by George Kittle again.
They all live here. Sactown Sports, your official home for 49ers football in the 916.
For your everyday vehicle. Right now, you can get 5 quarts with an STP oil filter for only $26.99. Do the complete job for the right price. Get the parts you need when you need them at AutoZone or AutoZone.com.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Bonnie.
I'm Tamara Berg in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. Your Friday forecast starts out wet and windy. As we get into the afternoon, those winds will really ease up across the area, and some showers will be more on the hit and miss variety. Plan for highs in the upper 50s. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
A beautiful, comfortable home should give you a warm feeling inside. That feeling starts with Bonnie. Right now, get up to $1,250 off any qualifying heating and cooling system replacement. Plumbing, sewer, electrical, heating and air. Bonnie.com.
What's up? We're talking to Chad Hoblet of Hoblet Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Woodland. Chad, what's going on for Chrysler's Jeep Celebration event?
We have the biggest savings since 2020 with up to $15,000 off MSRP when you lease a new 2022 Jeep Grand Cherokee 4xE.
Those 4xe plug-ins are pretty awesome. Any special going on for Dodge?
Right now, get up to $5,500 off MSRP on new 2022 Dodge Charger GTs. But with this kind of savings, they won't last long.
Nobody will treat you better than Hoblet Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. Come see for yourself with a test drive today, or search, select, and save at HobletDodge.com. Best prices, best selection, period.
$15,000 total net savings on select new 2022 Jeep Grand Cherokee 4xEs after $10,500 total rebates and $4,500 dealer discounts. Must lease to qualify. Rebates include $3,000 California carb lease bonus gas. Must be California residents and lease to qualify. Plus $7,500 federal income tax credit rebate. Valid only on lease option. $7,500 income tax credit provided by Internal Revenue Code Section 30D. May apply to purchase option. Incentive offered by third party and may be subject to change without notice. Consult a tax professional for details and eligibility. 5% net savings. Sample VIN 716944. Must take delivery by 3/31/23. Only while supplies last. $5,500 total net savings on select 2022 Dodge Charger GTs after $2,500 factory rebates and $3,000 dealer discounts. 5% net savings. See dealer for details.
My brother-in-law died suddenly, and now my sister and her kids have to sell their home. That's why I told my husband we could not put off getting life insurance any longer. An agent offered us a 10-year, $500,000 policy for nearly $50 a month. Then we called SelectQuote. SelectQuote found us identical coverage for only $19 a month, a savings of $369 a year.
Whether you need a $500,000 policy or a $5 million policy, SelectQuote could save you more than 50% on term life insurance. For your free quote, call SelectQuote at 1-800-330-1991. That's 1-800-330-1991. Or go to SelectQuote.com. That's 1-800-330-1991. SelectQuote. We shop, you save. Full details on example policies at SelectQuote.com/commercials.
How did your roof fare in the recent storms? If there's signs of wear and tear, address it before the problem becomes bigger. Cobex Construction Group understands the importance of a strong protective roof. The smallest leak can be the biggest problem. We provide homeowners with reliable roof repairs and replacements. Quality work and customer satisfaction are paramount to us. Get a new roof for zero down and low monthly payments. Call 1-800-NEW-ROOF for a no-obligation quote or visit trustcobex.com. Cobex Construction in Roseville. Do it once. Do it right.
KHTK AM HD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios,
your home for the Sacramento Kings.
It's Sactown Sports.
Sactown Sports.
Headlines.
Good morning, Sacramento. My name is Kyle Ledbetter, and these are your Sactown Sports headlines. The Kings got to light the beam with a 122-117 victory last night against the New York Knicks. The Kings had a 21-point lead disappear before the Knicks stormed back to tie the game with 8 minutes left. De'Aaron Fox finished with 15 fourth-quarter points, including the game winner with 26 seconds to play. Domantas Sabonis recorded his 9th triple-double of the season. For more post-game coverage, check out Frankie Cardicelli's Kings Recap on SactownSports.com. Those are your headlines. Now let's roll along with Hour 2 of the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross
on Sactown Sports.
All right, coming up later today, nobody. We did not book anyone today.
No.
All Kings talk.
All Kings, all the time.
Although, let me just reset here. That's Jason Ross. You know his fine voice. I'm Dave. That is Kyle back there. Kyle Ledbetter.
He is Kyling.
Super tempted to nickname him Yellow, but won't because I know he's heard that his whole life.
Think so?
I grew up in San Diego, so definitely.
Home of Eddie Vedder.
Original
home. A lot of people think that Seattle is. No, Eddie Vedder. In the San Diego area.
Yeah.
They had a very famous song, Yellow Ledbetter, which isn't a very popular term. So, yeah, I'm imagining you heard that play.
He was second base for the Padres?
Eddie Vedder?
Yeah.
Yes, he was, as a matter of fact.
Him and Khalil Green manning the middle.
Yeah, he was part of that Chris Brown, Eddie Vedder, Jack Clark trio.
Sure.
Double play combination. I want to play this for a reason because I want to follow up on yesterday. Here's Toronto's Fred VanVleet.
I mean, I don't mind. I'll take a fine. I don't really care. I thought, Ben Taylor was terrible tonight. I thought that on most nights, a couple of out of the three, there's one or two that just f- the game up, and it's been like that a couple games in a row. Denver was tough, obviously. You come out tonight, you're competing pretty hard. The third quarter, I get a bull tech, changes the whole dynamic of the game, changes the whole flow of the game. And, most of the refs are trying hard. I like a lot of the refs are trying hard. They're pretty fair. They communicate well. And then you got the other ones who just want to be dissing, just kind of fucks the game up. Nobody's coming to see that shit. They come to see the players. And I think we're losing a little bit of the fabric of what the NBA is. And
all right. So, by the way, it just occurred to me, do you think it would be kind of a middle finger to the NBA if fans started wearing ref jerseys with like Foster on the back?
Yeah. Well, Ben Taylor was reffing the game last night.
Yeah.
I went, wait, we've heard about you.
Did you by the way, I didn't really have any issues with the refs last night. Did you remember anything where you're like, hey,
there's always the ref you suck chant.
Yeah.
Which did happen, but I didn't. Yeah, it was fine.
And bad challenge by.
Yeah, there were some other, I thought, challengeable calls early, but that's fine.
By the way, not that this 100% does not prove anything, but I will tell you this, because I think Tony Brothers and Scott Foster are not great refs. Those are the ones that always stand out in my mind. Never forget that between 2006 and 2007, October and April, Scott Foster received 134 phone calls from Tim Donahue, according to records. So,
Okay.
I mean, there's
good friends.
Yeah. Anyway, the reason I played the Fred VanVleet is you and I played Guess the Fine.
Yeah, I was off.
I was really off too. I said, I think 50.
Yeah, I think I went to 100.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I thought that was going to be a really big fine.
Now, the almost standard fine for criticizing refs openly is $25,000.
So we got a little more.
I was really surprised it was that low because he named him, went in on him, implied that it was personal.
And kept going.
Kept going and going. That's it. To your point, that is a six-figure fine if David Stern's still alive and running the NBA. For some reason, Adam Silver, and I wonder if behind closed doors, in fact, I don't need to wonder. I'll just bet you that behind closed doors, the referees union is not happy with the commissioner and Joe Dumars, who hands out these fines, not happy with their performance this year. Going all the way back, by the way, let's not forget, going all the way back to Mike Brown, who not once but twice called out the refs very early in the season, did not get fined either time.
Yeah, it's true.
This used to be and maybe part of that, speaking of Tim Donaghy, was the closer you were to all that, but this used to be the end-all, be-all. Like, you do that, you're certainly getting very much fined, and you may miss a game or two.
Yeah.
$30,000 for that?
Right.
That's
He's like, I should have kept going.
That's bottle service for a night. That is ridiculous. Anyways, last night the Kings beat the Knicks, as you know, in a game that was probably closer than a lot of us wanted it to be. However, if you'd have told me this time yesterday that the Kings would win 122-117 in an incredibly entertaining game, I would have said, give that to me all day long.
Mm-hmm.
The Knicks are 39-29. They were going into the game 39-28, with the exception of that what seems like fluky home loss to Charlotte. This is the hottest team in the sport. And right now, the Knicks, the Kings, and the Bucks are the three hottest teams in the NBA. The Kings were once again able to show on national TV what they were made of. It was an incredibly entertaining game. But Jason, the bench.
Yes. Started early with Malik Monk.
Yeah.
Davion did his typical thing, not a lot of stats. And then Trey Lyles, he's been so good for the better part of a month or two.
What I do find interesting is this may have been a preview, and obviously I think it'll depend on game situation and matchup. This might have been a preview of Mike Brown's postseason rotation.
Mm-hmm.
Rick Adelman was famous for it, paring everything down to about 8 guys. And last night, for all intents and purposes, Trey Lyles had 25 minutes, Mitchell had 19, Monk had 20. The rest of the bench combined had 12 minutes.
Right. I think that's the 8 he's playing. That's the 8 I would count on. That's the 8 that's been the most consistent this year. And remember, especially first round, you might have 3-4 days off between games. I mean, it's really spread out over 2 weeks if you go 7 games. So there's time to rest guys. Fox even referenced it last night. He's like, it was national TV. Not much difference. He goes, well, the pregame clock changed a couple different times because of start time, and then the timeouts are longer. So you get a little longer break too.
It was also, and I don't know if you noticed this, Fox ended up with 31 minutes, but which, by the way, other than Keegan Murray, was the minutes low in the starting lineup. For example, Harrison Barnes played 38, Sabonis 37, Fox played 31. But I really noticed early in the game that it just seemed like I want to say Davion Mitchell came in at like the 6-minute mark of the first quarter and dang near finished out the quarter. I got to think Mike Brown was nursing De'Aaron Fox's hamstring. That's certainly what it looked like to me.
Yeah, I felt like he played Mitchell longer than normal because the 6-minute mark is normally when he comes in the first quarter. But then you're right, to your point, I think he played longer stretches, but there was Fox at the end when they needed him.
Trey Lyles, who Jamal Crawford referred to as Kevin Lyles, which I think is going to stick with him for a while. Trey Lyles had a great night, 16 points, 6 boards. He had a steal in there. He was 7-7 from the line. 25 minutes playing some good defense as well. It was a great night for Kentucky guys on both sides of the ball, and he visited with Gary Gerald after the game.
Well, the headset being slipped on by Trey Lyles, who once again just nails coming down the stretch. Key free throws. Man, Trey, it's got to feel good not only when you deliver. You end up with a 16.6 rebound night, but with a ball game on the line, what do you do when you talk to yourself when you go to the line? Do you say anything to yourself?
I just tell myself it's just like practice. No reason to rush it. Take my time, knock him down. And, I was able to do that. Domas was able to do that. Fox was able to do that, too. So we all stepped up and made big free throws down the stretch.
Well, I asked you about your other teammates. We were talking just a short time ago as the game was coming to conclusion about the performance of the All-Stars in Sabonis and Fox. Triple-double again for Sabonis. Fox with I lost track of the number, 14, 15 points in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
Your thoughts about what you're seeing from those guys?
I said to Fox, when the fourth quarter started, I was like, man, you got to take over. This is your time to take over, and that's what he did. He's an all-star. He's, one of the top point guards in this league. And then Domas just does what he does every night. He plays hard. He finds open teammates. He scores when he needs to. He rebounds like a monster down there. So they did what we expect from them, and they held us down tonight.
We knew rebounding was going to be critical in this game.
Yeah.
New York ended up with 23 offensive rebounds. Yeah. How were you able to win the game?
It was tough. They were taking a lot of shots, long rebounds, and they were going over our head. We were getting our hands on a couple of them, but they were just seeming to bounce to wherever they were at. Josh Hart did a great job for them coming out and rebounding offensively and getting extra possessions for them. But, to give up 23 rebounds, offensive rebounds, and still pull out the victory just shows how, hard we fought and how well we played defensively, and then offensively we were able to execute.
All season long, there's been so much talk about how good, how effective the offense has been, how the defense strives for consistency and improvement.
Yeah.
And now under the microscope in the playoff push, what kind of progress have you seen from this team defensively?
I think last game against the Pelicans, we really stepped it up defensively. I think in the first half and some of the third quarter today, we did as well. But down the stretch and in the fourth quarter, we kind of let up, and that gave them opportunity to get back in the game. I think we were up 20 at one point. So we just have to continue to improve and expect a lot from each other and hold each other accountable and cover for one another when somebody gets beat. And, we still have, 18 games left, so there's plenty of opportunity for us to continue to improve on the defensive end.
Well, terrific performance. Once again, we thank you for your time and your insights.
Thank you.
All right, Trey Lyles and the Kings savor a victory of 122-117 over the New York Knicks.
That's Trey Lyles. And you heard the beam being lit in the background.
With Kevin Herter in the background, yeah.
And you know why that was especially special? The Kings put this out yesterday.
Who on the team loves the beam the most?
Who on the team loves the beam the most?
The most Kevin Herter. Red Velvet, no question. He's a big proponent of the beam. Can't wait to light it. That's all he talks about. Probably all he thinks about when he goes to sleep.
Kevin Herter. Probably say Kevin.
Probably Kev.
I feel like Kevin loves it the most. I don't know why.
I would say Kevin. Kevin is a beam team guy.
Everybody said me about that question? That's crazy. Like you said, like everybody said me. That's crazy. Like that beam.
And then he lights the beam that night, which is fantastic.
And he was like into it. And I know sometimes there's like longer countdowns. It's like he took over. He's like, I got this. All right. In. It was
right.
Just,
Although we're going to need to talk to him next week. I'd like to see, unless they've given him instructions, but let's a little more aggressive beam light. He was kind of like it was kind of like that flip where he faked out the kid who thought he was going to dunk. He just kind of the beam, like, let's go. Let's go, right? We'll take a break. When we come back, hey, we got 3 questions. We got 3 answers.
Okay.
Are we going to hear from Jay?
No.
Are we going to hear from Nate?
Who's Nate?
I don't even know.
Yeah.
Kyle.
Yeah.
In the building is going to ask us 3 questions coming up right after this.
The only place you'll find Harrison Barnes is Sactown Sports.
He's got the bucket at the buzzer. Harrison Barnes.
Hey, Sacramento, it's Harrison Barnes, and you're listening to the home of the Sacramento Kings, Sactown Sports.
Your local sports leader.
Are you staying warm and comfortable this winter? Take advantage of American Energy's $49 furnace tune-up today. Make sure your furnace is running efficiently and safely with their 30-point tune-up. That'll save you money in the long run and help prevent major repairs and replacements down the road. American Energy, as always, been in Sacramento since 1981. A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. Make the uncomfortable comfortable. And you tell me good buddy Carmichael Dave sent you.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
It's hard to find a better selection of trucks ready to drive home today than you'll find at M&S Auto on El Camino, right off the Cap City Freeway. M&S customers come back because they know they always get a clean car, truck, or SUV, and they save thousands. You can get a great deal now on a Jeep, F-150, Ram, or Silverado, and you're going to get treated right at M&S Auto Sales. First-time buyers are always welcome. MS Auto Sales, msautogroup.com.
3 questions, 3 answers. It's 3 for Madness on the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Here's question 1.
Hello.
Hi.
So I have 3 basketballs back here.
Okay.
Let's hand out some game balls.
Let's do it. All right. Game ball last night. Can I do like the lame cheaty thing, but can I give a game ball to the fans? Like,
it's your game ball.
Okay, I'm going to give the asterisk game ball because I know that's not the
Kyle said he only had 3. How are you going to split that up?
I'm giving, so, you ever seen like a basketball cut in half and you wear it as a hat?
Yes.
Okay, so like a little yarmulke basketball.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm giving basketball half number 1.
Mm-hmm.
I'm giving it to
the 18,000.
Yeah, just really showed up, did their thing, and they were awesome.
Okay.
I super duper super proud of them. As far as basketball number 2, God, it's tough. I can legit make an argument for Monk. I can make an argument for Fox and what he did in the fourth quarter. I'm going to give it to Domantas Sabonis, who just abused the Knicks down low, triple-double, his second straight, 24, 13, and 10. Incredibly efficient, made his free throws, made his shots, ran the offense. He was their best player last night.
Yeah, that's where I'm going. It's Sabonis. He set the great tone early. Yep. He got Mitchell Robinson in foul trouble, and I know when that night where they gave up their most offensive rebounds, I felt a lot of that was on the guards. I know Sabonis has to do his part, but I mean, here he is getting 13 rebounds, and he just needed a little bit more help there. But I sure hope too, Dave, that people, when you become an all-star, when you become and put up the numbers consistently that Sabonis does, don't take that for granted. I mean, he has 53 double-doubles, which ties the single-season record for a Sacramento King. There's 17 games to go. He's going to smash that. He's got another triple-double. That's 2 in a row. That's, 9 on the season. That's amazing. There's other guys that have, what Jokic does every night, but this is incredible what he's doing, the run he's on, how much they rely on him, how much he comes through. And think about even just usage. Like, so many times he gets the rebound and goes. He's just pushing the break, running the offense. Or last night, a couple times, I would see the Knicks trap Fox in the backcourt or do something to get the ball out of Fox's hands. Immediately, everyone's not looking for Herter or for Murray or Barnes. They just go to Sabonis.
Right.
Yeah, we'll let our other ball handler or facilitator get the ball. And he's like, yeah, I got it. I mean, he does so much for this team. To me, it's definitely his game ball.
And Shaq at halftime called him a bona fide big man. And his point was, he actually, I think Charles said, some people say he's the strongest guy in the league.
He plays bully ball.
He plays bully, and that's the thing. Shaq said, hey, listen, he doesn't shy away from contact. Right. He goes down low. He'll back you in. He could do, and then his footwork.
Yeah.
Like, listen, nobody is the dream.
Right.
But it's dream-like. Domantas Sabonis might have the best footwork in the NBA.
Yeah. And so many other skills, the ball handling, the passing, open shots. Yeah, he's awesome.
Number 2, please.
But we have this third game ball back here. I have 3 of them. This one's just sitting here.
Oh, okay. Let's see. Third game ball.
I'm going to choose this one because
please do.
Sabonis already has a hat and a ball. Fourth quarter Fox for me. Fourth quarter Fox was incredible.
Absolutely nothing wrong with that. Although I would have given it to G-Man, but that's fine. Kyle hates G-Man. Number 2.
Question 2.
All right, so the Rams are reportedly calling teams to try and dump Matthew Stafford's contract. Do you think that the San Francisco 49ers should be interested?
Okay, so we talked about this yesterday. If the Rams are looking to dump Matthew Stafford, could it be because they have somebody else in their sights? Could it be a guy already in California? Could it be Aaron Rodgers?
Oh.
Aaron Rodgers to the Rams? I
thought you were going to say Jimmy Garoppolo.
Yeah, no, I don't think they should. And I like Matt Stafford. I really do. But he was thinking about retiring last year. He's still fine. He's still serviceable. But it's one thing if it's Aaron Rodgers or it was, Tom Brady or Lamar Jackson. That's fine. I'd just assume save the money and go with, Trey Lance / Brock Purdy / Matt Ryan or whoever they put in there. Matt doesn't turn me on enough to do that. Hey now, hi, how are you?
Is he? I mean, this is probably going to sound just totally out there, but is he that far different? I will say than Brady / Rodgers. I mean, is it that dramatic? You start to look. I mean, literally on stats, it's actually staggering where Matt Stafford is career wise. Now we racked up a bunch of those with the Lions. My bigger thing would be why are the Rams doing this? I know he was injured at the end. There's some concern. Could he play anymore? Like, is he damaged goods?
That's the thing. That's very, very weird and random.
And they went all in to win a Super Bowl. Good thing they got one. It feels like they're breaking that team apart.
Yeah, and the fact that, I mean, the whole Sean McVay thing too.
Yes.
Like, I don't know. I don't know what the heck's going on with the Rams.
They don't need to do it.
Yeah, I agree with you. Number 3.
Question 3.
Celebrity boxing doesn't really seem to move the needle, but in light of all this Draymond Green, Dylan Brooks beef, would it be fun to watch them put on the gloves and fight it out?
I mean, listen, if it happened, I would watch it just for the spectacle, but I don't think it'd be very fun because honestly, regardless of which one was getting beat up, I don't think I'd enjoy it. I on the court, I want to see them fight on the court if they're going to fight.
Yeah.
You know, but in this day and age, we get all bent out of shape. I think Dylan Brooks is a wiener, and I think Draymond Green is like the king of wieners.
Yeah. He kicks you in the wiener.
He kicks you in the wiener. But I'm here for this. I'm all for chirping and rivalries and a little bit of over. How could I frown at that but then go back and go, man, Kings Lakers, that was amazing.
Yeah,
it just happens. It's good.
I feel like everybody would want. Is it the end of? Yeah, it's the end of Rocky 2, where Apollo and Rocky hit each other and they both knock each other out.
Yes,
I feel like that's the outcome people would want.
I think so too.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh, too soon.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, I don't.
Well, you don't know what happens. They knock each other out. Who wins?
Yeah, the world.
Yeah. But I mean, it would be one of those, like, to your point, like if one of them's beating the other one up, it's like, well, I don't know that I like that. I think they're not going to fight. You know what they're going to do is they're going to keep talking.
Yes.
And they're going to say, wait till the next time they play, which they play again very soon back in Memphis.
10 days from now, 9 days from now, I think.
And wait till what'll happen then. Probably more chirping.
And I wish it was in San Francisco, though, like switching back and forth. Before we break, we got a couple seconds here. Speaking of Draymond Green, here's his comments from yesterday. Thank you, Kyle, for grabbing these on getting out of bed in March.
Rivalries are created by you win, I win. And clearly, we won 4 times, and I think their organization has 0 championships, so I can't consider that a rivalry.
So when you say win, you ain't talking about in March. You're talking about.
I mean, anybody can win in March. Anybody can win in March. What that mean? I have a hard time getting out of my bed in March. What's the game in March mean?
Yeah.
I don't know if I totally agree with that. I know what his point is. So who would the Warriors rivalry be with? If his point is we have 4 championships, they have none, so they don't have any rivals?
I don't know.
Do they not have a rivalry with Boston? They met him in the finals. What if they met in the finals again? Doesn't that feel like it's a rivalry?
Well,
they beat him, though.
There might be a rivalry with Phoenix, but to his point, no, there isn't.
I don't know. Memphis wants there to be.
Yes.
And if the Warriors dismiss it, the Lakers dismiss the Kings. They said, there's no rivalry. Talk to us when you beat us in the playoffs when it matters. Well, they beat them in games. They didn't win the series, but the Lakers admitted later, like, yeah, they made us better. They really pushed us. They might have been the better team, but
that's what's trying to happen here. We've seen it before. We've seen it, go back to go back to Detroit having to get past Boston. Then go back to Michael Jordan and his Bulls having to get past the bad boys of Detroit. Like a lot of times there are gatekeepers. And to be honest with you, and it also makes sense market-wise, San Francisco and Memphis is LA to Sacramento. Yeah. And maybe they're trying to make this. And by the way, by rule, there wasn't really a rivalry between the Lakers. By that rule, because the Kings never beat the Lakers.
Right.
There was never a rivalry. I think rivalries make sports better.
Right.
100% better. But I do what Draymond said there. That's why I still have I'm not counting out the Warriors until they're out of the playoffs.
Right.
Because that is the verbalization of what you and I have talked about philosophically. When you have a dynastic team that is in the middle or towards, even if they're at the end of the dynasty, they really do get bored with the regular season.
They do. But I feel like there's always pressure points during a season where, okay, you know what, tonight we need to turn this on.
Sure.
And I think sometimes they've answered that. But last night felt like, it was national TV for them. They're so used to it, but they're probably being hurt. Hey, what's going on with you on the road? What's wrong with you guys on the road?
Right.
They lost 7 in a row on the road going into that game. Well, now it's 8, and it wasn't very comfortable. They got kind of worked in Memphis. So I'm sure Coach Kerr pushed them to to be ready. This team's coming for you. You're trying to solidify your standings. We got to figure out how to win on the road, and yet they lost by double digits.
27-7 at home, 7-26 on the
That's
road.
Incredible.
It's one of the biggest splits in NBA history. We'll take a break. When we return, why was Mike Brown so mad? He was right? He was not a happy Brown. What can Brown do for you? Not a happy coach, Brown. And also, we're going to talk about Queen Elizabeth a little bit.
Huh?
I know, right? Why?
Why?
I'll explain next.
You wanted more Niners?
Sactown Sports delivered in the biggest way.
Catch every Niners game right here on the new home for 49ers football in Sacramento.
Sactown Sports.
Yes. Jason Ross here for ACR Solar. ACR Solar, home services, all the different things that they can provide for you. Go to acrsolar.com. Check it out. See the things that they can provide. Let me tell you what they did for us. We got a brand new roof last late summer, early fall. Thank goodness. I know my wife and I had this discussion the other day. We are so glad that we did it at this point to get the new roof, because we had been hurting all this rain we've had, which has been good for the region. We've needed it, but we would have been in trouble. We had a roof leak the year prior. We kept pushing, going one more year and one more year on the roof. It's a big project. It's nothing that you are necessarily looking forward to. It becomes a necessity. Well, we're glad we did this now, because we have the peace of mind, a brand new roof, better curb appeal, the home improvement value, or the home value has gone up. But it just, everything about it, that peace of mind, storming last night, all the wind, like, we're good. We're no issues here. And that's a great thanks to the great folks at ACR Solar and Home Services. So go to acrsolar.com, find out all the different things they can do for you. Make that maybe your weekend project. You may have a lot of rain this weekend. Just surf around, see other different things, see the testimonials, see maybe something you weren't even thinking of that they can help you with. Again, go to acrsolar.com.
All right, class, it's the NCAA Division I Men's Basketball Championship. Welcome to Fandom 101. Here's your assignment. Lesson 1, go big for every bucket. 2, work together. And 3, attendance is encouraged, but passion is mandatory. The NCAA Division I Men's Basketball Championship, first and second rounds, March 16th and 18th at the Golden One Center in Sacramento, California. Buy your seats today at ncaa.com/MBB tickets. Class dismissed.
Get ready, because Scott's is taking over daylight saving time. It's such a big event that we're calling it day-long saving time. And now it's got real savings. In fact, it's the biggest deals of the year. Audacious? Absolutely. So don't wait. Stock up early and you'll be able to save up to $20 on Scott's Triple Action and Easy Seed products today at the Home Depot and Lowe's. Offers available March 9th through 22nd at select U.S. stores while supplies last. Selection varies by location. See store for exact offers.
Life is uncertain. It's okay to feel stressed, anxious, worried, or frustrated. It's normal. With CalHope's free and secure mental health resources, it's easy to get the help you and your loved ones need when you need it the most. Call our warm line at 833-317-4673 or live chat at calhope.org today.
Sactown Sports.
Headlines.
Good morning, Sacramento. My name is Kyle Ledbetter, and these are your Sactown Sports headlines. The Kings got to light the beam with a 122-117 victory last night against the New York Knicks on TNT's national television broadcast. The Kings had a 21-point lead evaporate, and the Knicks tied the game with 8 minutes to play, and that was when fourth quarter Fox took over.
Here's Fox driving. The hammer off the dribble. The left hand by De'Aaron Fox. You talk about a statement rip. He's got 9 in the quarter.
De'Aaron Fox finished with 15 in the fourth. Domantas Sabonis recorded his 9th triple-double of the season. For more post-game coverage, check out Frankie Cardicelli's Kings Recap right now on SactownSports.com. Those are your headlines, and now we bring it back to the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Carmichael Dave.
He has very good sources, and he just kind of tells it as it is and gets to the point.
Jason Ross.
He has a lot of pretty smart things to say.
He's good at what he does.
On Sactown Sports.
Funny. So, Tom Maley, I always love it when Tom Maley from our friends over at KNCI. Tom likes to play amateur producer, right? So Tom said, hey, you should use this as a tease. So the royal coronation for King Charles is on May 6th. Is it possible two kings will be crowned this year? Like, he literally wrote that, right? What a ween. So there's a reason why he does country and we do sports. But I do think it's interesting to bring back up that Queen Elizabeth passed away recently. Breaking news.
Yeah.
Queen Elizabeth was coronated June 2nd of 1953. Less than 2 years, almost exactly 2 years, to be honest with you, after the Rochester Royals won the NBA championship.
What are you saying?
All I'm saying is that she was like the longest reigning monarch like ever, or at least in the top five. Gotta be in the top five, right? And the Kings never won a title. They won a title right before she got coronated, and then ever since have pretty much sucked for the most part. And they became the Kings. Now, for the first time since June 1st, 1953 or whatever, there's going to be a king. What if this whole thing about destiny and like the players don't get hurt and like Jalen Brunson misses the second half of a close game and Luka hurts himself and Kevin Durant turns his ankle into an L and all this other stuff, John Morant, all this crazy stuff happening to other teams except the Kings, knock on wood. What and then now you mix in the queen and the king and the coronation and the thing and the other thing. Like, what if this is all? What if it was a queen jinx?
That's what people are putting on the YouTube. Queen jinx.
What if Queen Elizabeth, rest her soul? By the way, big Queen Elizabeth fan.
Are you?
I watched The Crown, all the seasons, did the thing. Anyways, she was a big fat jinx, right?
Want to add something else to this?
Okay.
So her father, King George VI, was the previous ruler.
Yes, he was.
King George VI died in 1952, February of 1952. Who was the defending champs at the time? The Rochester Royals.
Oh, yes.
On to something.
You might have seen that featured if you ever saw the movie The King's Speech, because he had a really terrible stuttering problem.
Yeah.
Then he passed away. I want to say it was of lung cancer. And then, boom, Elizabeth, Lilibet, as her friends called her, rolls in and jinxes the Kings. I did not want the Kings to win the championship. Come here, puppies. Because she has little corgis. The best show on corgi. Okay, anyways. I'm just saying, I think it's a thing. The Kings did win last night. The Queen has passed away, therefore the Kings won last night on national TV. And all was great.
So we think.
Well, I was happy. Were you happy?
I was very happy. It was a win.
I was super happy. Yeah. And then Coach Brown had a conversation.
I mean, you could tell I'm a little frustrated. It's a great win. You take wins at this time of the year, but that's not how we should be playing basketball, which you guys saw tonight. I am not happy with our performance at all, except for the fact that we got the win. Somehow, some way, we have to be better throughout the course of the ball game. I'm going to put pressure on Domas and Foxy. They have to hold themselves to an elite level on every possession, but just as importantly, they got to open their mouths and hold their teammates to a high standard, because that ain't going to fly. Give the Knicks a lot of credit. Good ball club. Tibbs done a heck of a job with them. They're physical. They try to play the game the right way. You feel them throughout the course of the game. We're taking this win, but we got to be better. And it starts with Domas and Foxy. They got to open their mouths, and they got to challenge their teammates to perform each possession at an elite level. But they have to do it themselves on both ends of the floor.
He's awesome. I think that's the most animated press conference he's had in a win for sure this year. Was up. I mean, he kept going on other things. Was furious with the rebounding. Said it's going to be different. Has to be different. And I think that's okay. I think there's been times where, again, I'm going to trust him. He's been phenomenal on the push and pull because early on, 0-4, he's like, yeah, I like where we are. I trust that these guys are going to back down. Maybe people wanted him to be throwing chairs then. They won last night. He wasn't throwing chairs, but, I mean, he was not happy. And he said it so much. There's much more in his postgame audio, and I'm sure a film session won't be good today. I'm sure he's known for having long practices. They're playing great. They've been awesome since the All-Star break. Hold him accountable. Expect more. It's awesome. He's expecting more from two guys who were great last night.
Right.
He wants more.
Right.
And that's great.
Not afraid.
Nope.
Not afraid to coach. That's why he's going to win Coach of the Year in large part. He's not going to let these guys rest on their laurels.
Yep.
He's not going to let them believe their own hype. And he understands that this was a battle last night, but he wants to win the war. And I don't think he's happy with, hey, let's make the playoffs and end the streak, and that'll be neat. We can put it on the fridge, and then everybody can be happy. Like, no, he's like, no, dude, I want to win a title, and I came from Steve Kerr and that kind of environment.
And this is how you do it.
This is how you do it. I've coached LeBron James. I've been down in Los Angeles and been around that Laker organization and how they run. Maybe that's not a great thing now. I've been Steve Kerr's lieutenant. I love it. And some people are like, oh, it might make players mad. No, it won't. They're fully bought in.
No, and Fox said it last year. Remember when he was on with us in the post after the season ended last year, and we knew that at that time Coach Gentry was going to be gone. It had already gone on to him, and Fox like, I want structure. This team needs just kind of an organized structure. I think Coach Brown has been very much on that. I think the team has. I mean, Kevin Huerter openly praises him. A lot of people
all the time,
and they don't have to do that. I just think it's the right fit. It's the right staff for this team. They are all bought in.
Yes,
and you can show improvements in a win. Maybe it's easier. I don't know. Maybe they're more receptive. Like, yeah, we're great. We lit the beam. We got all this. Oh, wait, what? No, they know. They know they didn't rebound well enough. They know where some of the errors are, but they can know it, but they also have to go and improve on it. And that's what they usually have done this year. They've responded to him.
We're going to hear from Mike Brown again. He also commented on the light the beam chant.
Yeah, we talked about the rules. He's got something for that.
He also mentioned Coach Tom Thibodeau, who has done a very good job with his team and getting them back, by the way, into playoff contention. And it's so funny. I was watching Thibodeau last night, and I almost forgot I made some notes on things that I think Tom Thibodeau does. And I want you to push back if you think I'm off, okay?
Okay.
Number one, I don't think he smokes, but I think he has smoked before, and if he does, it's 100% Benson and Hedges. That's a smoker's joke.
Okay.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Of course. He 100% drinks Schlitz malt liquor out of the can. Or Miller High Life. It's in between the two, and he drinks Cutty Sark whiskey, like with the little ice cube.
Okay.
He wears t-shirt tank tops underneath his clothes. You know what I'm talking about? Like
I do. I'm trying to think if you get that vibe.
I 100% get the following vibe: t-shirt tank top, tidy whities.
Tidy whities, I think, yes.
And longer dark socks pulled all the way up, and he'll walk around like that. Like he'll walk around. All right, boys, gather around. I don't know why he's now.
That sounds more like Mike Budenholzer than Tom Thibodeau.
I just could see. And by the way, the t-shirt may be a little tight.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Medium, yeah.
He definitely uses Aquavelva. He is an Aquavelva.
He's an Aquavelva man.
100%.
Is that still around?
I think so.
He has the last bottle.
If it's not Aquavelva, it's a Speed Stick and a Brute.
Too much smell good.
Yeah,
too strong.
But also, like, he's
not a distinct flavor.
No, he's not wearing Armani.
No.
He's not even wearing Youp or whatever it is. He's wearing. He smells like a man. I think he enjoys an egg salad sandwich on a Sunday. Like he'll just he will be in his underwear and he'll be sitting down in his t-shirt tank top and he'll turn on some sport and he'll just eat egg salad.
I think it might have some shells in it too. Some leftover shells.
That is mean.
And I don't know what this other note is that I wrote.
These notes you took during the game.
I was thinking about, because I kept showing him on the sideline. I'm like, Tom Thibodeau's a unique looking. Like he just looks like Tom Thibodeau could 100% function in the 50s and 60s.
Yeah, there was a play late in the game for anybody who's at the game in arena. I can't remember what happened, but it was something that I won't say it was controversial, but something where maybe the Knicks did some. Oh, it was the play, I think, when Josh Hart was trying to inbound the ball and then kind of got the yips and then just like threw it out of bounds. And then Tibbs just like, he's just looking, and they put him on the big screen.
Right.
And it just stuck on him for a while. And I think he even looked up and saw it, but then kept the look going like, why are you showing me?
Yeah.
And it was a good crowd relief, I think.
He could 100% coached against Red Auerbach.
Yes.
Absolutely.
I think he did.
He also owned a butcher.
He owned a what?
He owned a meat shop where he was a butcher.
I believe that.
I actually could, oh my God.
Maybe not the egg salad.
I could see Tom Thibodeau in one of them like butcher aprons.
Yes.
With the hair slicked back.
Yeah.
He looks like
he could have been Sam the Butcher.
He looks like a butcher. He could have been.
Yeah, Butcher in the 1950s who also coached basketball.
Could have seen him shacking up with Alice.
Yes.
Back in the day.
Yeah.
100%. I mean, people say Stan Van Gundy looks like Ron What's-his-face. Tom Thibodeau looks like a butcher.
Yeah.
That enjoys egg salad and smells like aqua velva. We'll take a break. When we come back, well, that was good. I did not have the Queen and Tom Thibodeau as a butcher on the list, but that's,
made it.
It's a live program. When we get back, the team's mindset has changed. They're actually talking playoffs.
What?
Does that scare you? We'll hear from De'Aaron Fox next. I did not want the Kings to win the championship.
Check out the Golf to Go Hour with Frank LaRosa every week on Sactown Sports. Get the latest on equipment, area courses, people who play the great game, and plenty of good conversations about golf. It's the Golf to Go Hour every week with Frank LaRosa on Sactown Sports. Golf to Go is brought to you by the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop, America's most awarded golf facility. Nature Wood Home Furnishings, where it's all about choices and always about quality.
What's up? We're talking to Chad Hoblet of Hoblet Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, and Woodland. Chad, what's going on for Ram Truck Month?
This month, you can save up to $10,000 off MSRP on new 2023 Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cabs. Plus, we have over 600 new Ram trucks available, which means we have the truck you want at the price that will work for you. That's what makes us California's #1 Ram truck dealer and #3 in the nation.
Oh, with all the options in Sacramento, how does Hoblet manage to be the #1 Ram truck dealer over and over again?
Well, our true pricing policy is a big part of it. The price you see is the price you pay. No bait and switch or surprise add-ons like other places. Plus, we know times are getting harder, which is why we don't mark up our trucks like everyone else.
Hey, if you're tired of being taken advantage of or just being the next sucker, come experience the difference at the Hoblet Ram Truck Center or search, select, and save through their whole inventory at HobletDodge.com. Best prices, best selection, period.
$10,000 total net savings after $4,000 factory rebates and $6,000 dealer discounts. Rebates include $1,000 Chrysler Capital bonus cash. Must finance with Chrysler Capital qualifying $1,000 case, C&H, or New Holland equipment cash. Must have purchased qualifying equipment after December 1st, 2020 to qualify. 5 of this net savings. See dealer for details.
Golf to Go is brought to you by the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. Here's Frank LaRosa.
How do you pick the golf balls you play? Is it by price? Or do you play the ball your favorite player uses? Golf balls come in many different designs and materials, and some are suited for your game, while others might make it tougher on you. Srixon recognizes some of us want a longer ball, while others are looking for a ball that spins. That's why they've created their custom ball fitter online. A series of questions about you and your game will result in a recommendation that should work well for you. The fitter suggested the Z-Star ball for me based on my swing speed, length off the tee, importance of spin to my game, and more. The Z-Star is a low compression ball with an extremely soft feel. I like the feel around the greens and off the putter, and it's still pretty long off the tee. For swing speeds over 100 miles an hour, the Z-Star X would be your choice. Both balls were rated maximum 5 stars in the 2022 Golf Digest Hot List for performance, innovation, and feel. Check it out at Srixon.com or look for them at your local pro shop. That's your Golf to Go. I'm Frank LaRosa.
At Ashton & Price, we get injury victims to yes. Experience, yes. Ashton & Price has been around for over 25 years. No more insurance companies? Yes. Our clients focus on getting better, and we handle all the rest. Results? Yes. We've collected over $100 million for injury victims. No fee until we win? Yes. Our clients pay nothing until we win. Ashton & Price, the best at getting to yes. Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton & Price.
Dave.
He has very good sources, and he just kind of tells it as it is and gets to the point.
Jason Ross.
He has a lot of pretty smart things to say.
He's good at what he does.
On Sactown Sports.
What are you laughing at?
Just the I don't know why Tibbs carves the turkey on Thanksgiving.
Thanks to the YouTube and text lines 916-339-1140. What does Tom Thibodeau do or look like? I forgot, by the way, the other note I had I couldn't read.
Yeah.
Tom Thibodeau looks like a guy who in the locker room he's the guy that comes out of the bathroom and you didn't even know he was in there. And he goes, "Get out of there."
That's so good.
100%. Tom Thibodeau owns a pocket watch. Yep. Tom Thibodeau has a cough drop in his pocket at all times. He has a cough drop, a pocket watch, and a Werther's Original Hard Candy.
Nice.
I didn't even think about it. I said Schlitz and Cuddy Sark, but you know Tom Thibodeau's pounded a Bartles and James in his day. Tom Thibodeau. Nope, not going to read that one. Still has a newspaper subscription. Hey,
I believe that.
Accurate. Tom Thibodeau 100% has a comb in his back pocket. Tom Thibodeau has one of those comb switchblades.
Oh, yes.
Those
are cool.
Hey, kids, this is pretty awesome. Look at this.
Yeah. Him and Quinn Snyder both.
Yes, exactly. Yes. Oh,
Tom hates cats.
Tom Thibodeau only will drive a stick shift.
To make a point.
He has to dial the operator to make a call. Operator, this is Tom Thibodeau. Long Island 69124, please.
He still drinks Folgers?
Hey, I drink Folgers.
That's funny. You never had a second cup at home.
I literally I either drink Folgers or U-Ban. I have
U-Ban. That's still around? Wow. Is it really? No, it's not. Can you take a picture of U-Ban today?
Well, I'm not lying. It's whichever one they have featured at Sam's Club because
U-Ban.
Here's why. Yes, all of us. I use Coffee Mate hazelnut creamer, and it takes over the taste of the coffee, and I don't like black coffee, so why spend extra money on, Starbucks original?
Yeah.
I get U-Ban.
Yeah, U-Ban is off the hook.
It's 100% Colombian.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Of course you don't. You probably don't know Tab, Tang, or trying to think of
Are those
things.
members of Wu-Tang Clan?
Yes. Tab and Tang both member along with Old Dirty Bastard. Let's see. Okay, I will do this all day long.
Yes.
We may get back to things that Tom Thibodeau was like. Also, double A on here. Don't disrespect Folgers. It's the best part of waking up. You're damn right it is.
Folgers in your cup.
That's right. Okay, we're off the rails. It's a fun Friday. Friday Fun and Games coming up.
Yes, it is.
That's right. With Kyle.
Yeah, and Chris Watkins.
And Chris. Oh, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
We've never had a professional comedian on Friday Fun and Games.
Oh, that's true.
Amateur comedians, yes, not professionals. The mindset of this team has changed. They
You still don't have a professional comedian on the show, by the way.
Yeah,
I know. They're so good.
They really.
Shout out Ryan in YouTube who said Tom Thibodeau flicks a bungee cord holding something on the roof of his car and says, "That ain't going anywhere."
The one that got me, Tibbs has a pan of coins and cleaner.
Tibbs cuts his own Christmas trees.
The text line is all Tom Thibodeau takes Doan's back bill. Stop. I'm trying to get us on track. Tom Thibodeau says stuff like consarn it.
Just close the laptop, Dave.
I'm crying. You guys are killing me. Thank you.
Gives a kid a nickel and says, "Don't spend it all in one place."
That's more Jerry Sloan. Rest in peace.
Let's just they're talking playoffs. The Kings are. Yes. They're trying to change the culture, and they're getting more confident. Here's De'Aaron Fox.
I mean, just for what we've been able to do throughout the season, what Mike's come here and what he said. I mean, even before the season started, he's instilled confidence in us, and hell, he might make you believe that you're better than you are. That is what it is. So. Every night we go out there, we expect to win. Obviously, we go out there, we play hard, we try to execute, and we know you're not going to win every game, but you go out expecting to win. You go out and you do whatever it takes to win. And I feel like we've done a good job at that, even in some games that we've lost. Sometimes a team is just better that night. So for us, it's just we continue to worry about us. We continue to worry about what we do. We try to get better. And like I said, I think everybody wants to win a championship.
That's De'Aaron Fox. Can I just acknowledge I'm the one trying to get the show on track? I'm the one.
You are.
Everyone else
This is too good, though.
I'm trying to get the show back on track. And all of you, and I get yelled at for it. So, hey.
But that is different.
It is.
Because, I mean, Mike Brown for a while was like, remember when he put it out there, like, we have all-stars, 2 all-stars.
Yes.
And then it became reality. Now it's not even if or when, now it's, I don't like the way our defense is playing going into the playoffs. Everybody is saying, like, when we get to the playoffs, or we're going to have home court, or this fan base will deserve this for the playoffs. And it all looks like it's tracking, but I just like that their mindset is like, it's not like an if anymore. What? I tried to get it back on track. Let's go down the Tibbs Road.
Is it the hoagie one? Tom Thibodeau takes a bite out of a hoagie every time he sees a bad call.
Tibbs was Harvey Keitel stunt double in Reservoir Dogs.
Dude, I was making such hard eye contact with you. and then when you stopped talking, it was my turn.
And you weren't ready?
Oh, no, I have the giggles. Stop. Be a pro.
Okay, how about Tom eats his morning cereal out of his stomach?
Tom Thibodeau looks like he says it's pasta time before dinner.
Come on, stop. Come on, people are tuning in for Kings Talk.
Tom Thibodeau snaps his suspenders to make a point.
With a purpose.
Seriously.
You guys broke the show.
Seriously. We're proud partners of the Kings who are heading for the playoffs, and people tune in this morning. There are a lot of people on the YouTube chat. Stop it. All right, I'm closing my monitors.
They're on timeout.
Yes, everyone's on a timeout until the break because somebody's tuning in right now and going, what the hell is going on with these jackalopes? And we made the mistake of saying, it's my fault of coming up with things that Tom Thibodeau, does, like wears Aqua Velva or something. And everyone's running with it. And we should probably, Jason's losing. And if Jason gets the giggles, I'm done.
I'm going to sit down.
Two of us are crying back here.
I got snot coming out now. Okay, both of you. All right, everyone turn their. All right, I'm taking over. Here's Queen Elizabeth.
I did not want the Kings to win the championship.
Why does it sound Cosby-esque at the end, by the way? That was not the intention.
You just slurred it right at the end. Just slurred it right at the end.
Are we okay to we're not.
No.
Are we does anyone else get nervous talking about playoffs? I do. I don't like it. I don't like it when the TNT guys do. I don't like it when the players do. I mean, that's fine. But
for those who are listening on radio, David's taking a photo of Jason breaking down crying on the floor.
I am 100% not taking a photo. I am shooting video right now of Jason literally on the floor because of all of you.
Why? Because Tom Thibodeau really enjoys pushing his lawnmower Saturday mornings at 12 p.m.
I'm good now. I just had to see that he drives a Buick Skylark.
Both of you. I hope. You know what? What if he's listening right now, though? Is there a chance? Like, well, they probably flew out, but what if they didn't because of the storms?
What if he called in?
And they're listening.
Everything you said is right.
Right. And he's like super sad.
No, I want to show it all.
I do eat my meatball subs with Pepto-Bismol on the table.
So I'm, anyways, I'm still nervous about talking playoffs.
Yeah.
I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Talk about the playoffs when we make the playoffs, okay? We haven't made the playoffs yet. But when we do make the playoffs, it'll be a national stage. And so far, the Kings have done very well on the national stage. Here's De'Aaron Fox talking about it.
I think it's big for the organization and for the city. I mean, this is much bigger than us. Like you said, I think people know about the Sacramento crowd, but obviously we play late games. People on the East Coast or in Central Time aren't, they're asleep when we're playing. So for them to be able to experience it in obviously not everybody has league pass. So for people to experience this on TNT tonight, I think was huge for this fan base and for this organization. And I think once playoff time comes, obviously most all arenas are loud, but I think this is just a special place to play.
Darn tootin'.
Yes, it is.
We'll take a break. Much needed break. When we come back, we will be back on track. I promise.
I don't.
Stop with
Not if I have anything to say about it.
Stop your texts and stop your chats. Tom Thibodeau is now that word is. We need to ban filter the word like we do a bad word. No one or Tibbs. When we come back, Coach Brown sees some really special things in De'Aaron Fox, and don't we all? But we have audio from the coach next. I did not want the Kings to win the championship.
The only place you'll find Malik Monk is Sactown Sports.
Oh my, what an athletic move that time by Malik Monk.
Hey Sacramento, it's Malik Monk and you're listening to the home of the Sacramento Kings, Sactown Sports.
Your local sports leader.
For your everyday vehicle. Right now, you can get 5 quarts with an STP oil filter for only $26.99. Do the complete job for the right price. Get the parts you need when you need them at AutoZone or AutoZone.com.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Valley Strong Credit Union.
I'm Tamara Berg in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. Your Friday forecast starts out wet and windy. As we get into the afternoon, those winds will really ease up across the area, and some showers will be more on the hit and miss variety. Plan for highs in the upper 50s. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
At Valley Strong Credit Union, we know that local businesses are the backbone of the Central Valley. Valley businesses deserve Valley support for payroll, credit, capital, and everything in between. Learn about all the benefits of being a business banking member at valleystrong.com.
The Angie's List you know and trust is now Angie, and we're so much more than just a list. We still connect you with top local pros and show you ratings and reviews, but now we also let you compare upfront prices on hundreds of projects and book a service instantly. We can even handle the rest of your project from start to finish. So remember, Angie's List is now Angie, and we're here to get your job done right. Get started at Angie.com. That's ANGI, or download the app today.
What's for dinner? Burgers?
After last week, no thanks.
Avoiding foods due to fear of diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose, oily stools? It may not be just stomach issues. It could be EPI, or exocrine pancreatic insufficiency. EPI can cause uncomfortable symptoms because it's a condition where the pancreas doesn't release enough digestive enzymes to break down food. But EPI can be managed. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and talk to your doctor about your symptoms. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Hi, guys. It's Mark with Coastside Medical Clinic. Are you struggling with ED and sick of the pills? Well, we have a major medical advancement that has helped thousands of men. Our WAVE technology is backed by 60 clinical studies, including from Cambridge University. It's been shown to increase blood flow by repairing blood vessels. No pills and no side effects. If you're ready to put a stop to your ED, call us now. And not only will the assessment and blood flow ultrasound be free, but we'll also include something unique that produces powerful results. You're going to love that one, guys. Trust me. This unprecedented offer is worth $600, but it's free to those who call in the next 2 minutes. Call 916-603-2000. That's 916-603-2000. Guys, put a stop to your ED and get your life back. Call Coastside Medical Clinic now to qualify. 916-603-2000. That's 916-603-2000.
Hello, I'm Frank Cock with Retirement Security Centers with the weekly economic update. Freaky Fridays, which may be an apt way to describe our waves of Friday economic reports, are giving way to Sunday Scaries. Sunday Scaries are the anxiety and fear many workers feel as the weekend winds down and it's time to return to work realities. 74% of workers surveyed stated that the current economic uncertainty has led to an increase in these feelings. Being overwhelmed at work and a fear of recession also tops the list of fear triggers. With 1.9 job openings for every job seeker on average, understaffed employers may have more employees feeling this anxiety. Job openings have slowed and layoffs have increased, but the jobs market is still very robust. While inflation and thus higher interest rates have an immediate impact on the auto and real estate industry, for those with a current low fixed rate mortgage and car payments that began prior to the Federal Reserve rate increase campaign, there are fewer signs of economic malaise. Working with a professional to help crystallize your financial picture may help turn the Sunday Scaries to Sunday Fun Days. How might this affect you or your family? Please go to frankontheradio.com to schedule an appointment, watch videos, and receive market updates. I'm ready to help you start your journey so you can define your future.
Frank Cockrell is a registered representative of Lincoln Financial Advisors Corporation, a broker-dealer member SIPC and registered investment advisor. Retirement Security Centers is not an affiliate of Lincoln Financial Advisors.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
KHTKAM HD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento. Your home for the biggest matchups in the NFL. Sactown Sports. Sactown Sports.
Headlines.
Good morning, Sacramento. My name is Kyle Ledbetter, and these are your Sactown Sports headlines. The Kings got to light the beam with a 122-117 victory last night against the New York Knicks. The Kings held a 21-point lead in the second half before the Knicks stormed back to tie the game with 8 minutes left, and that was when fourth quarter Fox took over.
Here's Fox driving. The hammer off the dribble. The left hand by De'Aaron Fox. You talk about a statement rip. He's got 9 in the quarter.
De'Aaron Fox scored 15 fourth-quarter points, including the game winner with 26 seconds to play, and Domantas Sabonis recorded his 9th triple-double of the season. For more post-game coverage, check out Frankie Cardicelli's Kings Recap on SactownSports.com. Those are your headlines. Now we return to Carmichael Dave, Jason Ross, and our friend Tom Thibodeau, who looks like he starts at Channel 1 in order to scroll through TV guides.
The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross
on Sactown Sports.
Well, we got an answer. It turns out our worst fears, Tom Thibodeau was listening. While he is grand slamming Diddy. If you want to share any of these things,
my goodness.
In the last segment, we went through some things that Tom Thibodeau we think might do in his off time, and if you want to share any of it with him, just hit him up at tims@aol.com.
Our listeners are too good at this.
They're fantastic. They really, really, really are. And I don't want to, we do need to move on. We 100% need to move on. Thibodeau would light the beam with a candle.
Tibbs looks like he gives the tongs 5 test clicks before using them.
Tibbs looks like he wears black socks with buckle sandals.
That's somebody else said with garters,
yeah,
which I completely don't agree with. Tom Thibodeau has the Archie Bunker DVD collection. Yeah, you guys are fantastic. We may need to do a coffee table book.
Yes.
Tom Thibodeau reminds us.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you so much. We appreciate that, and we are back. And we're going to move on, and we're going to try to finish the second half.
Yes.
Very professional.
2 more fun hours ahead.
Mm-hmm. Coach Brown was annoyed at the way the Kings played, especially down the stretch last night. You know what? But we all were.
Yeah.
The offensive rebounding was...
He's not wrong for that.
Redonk, which is really weird. Can we borrow this, Jason?
Yeah. I got another one.
This is the final, so... Where are we here? What am I looking for here? Well, it ended up being 60-56 Kings points in the paint. It was, I think they had 14 points in the first half of the first quarter in the paint.
Yeah, in the first quarter, it was 20-6. Kings were crushing them there as Sabonis, and then they kind of worked their way out and started hitting threes.
Yes.
And then I felt in the third quarter they kind of missed out on both.
Yeah, and the Knicks gave up, I want to say they said the least amount of points in the paint, and Domantas Sabonis was just abusing Mitchell Robinson down low, which was great. But it's weird that they would dominate points in the paint like that, especially early, but get so dominated on the boards. Now, please keep this in mind. I'm not going to stand in front of the Kings because they were out rebounded offensively 23-6 or offensively 23-6 on the offensive boards. I will say this, Jason. I'm going to put my foot, ankle, and calf in front of the Kings. Okay. The Knicks shot 53 pointers last night. Not 53, 53 pointers last night. By the way, they were 13 of 50. So thank you, Knicks.
Yeah, exactly.
But when you shoot a three-pointer or any long shot, odds are it's going to be a long rebound if it's a miss. They shot 50. Of the 101 shots they took yesterday, half of them were three-pointers, which is going to lead to long rebounds. And some of them was not boxing out. Some of them were inexcusable. Many of them were. I'm not saying that. What I am saying is, of those 23, I'd venture to say probably 7 to 8 were just one of those off the iron, just clangs over to a guy at the edge of the key that happened to be a Knick. So that's the only caveat I give.
Yeah. But, again, these lessons, we played it earlier about Brown being upset about the win. I mean, happy that they won, but upset about some of the execution. Could have lost in the game that way. I mean, there were some back taps and long rebounds like you talked about. Josh Hart is one of the better rebounding guards in the league, but still, the amount of offensive rebounds he had that's just absurd.
By the way, I really like Josh Hart.
Yeah.
I like him as a player.
That's a good addition.
It really, really was a good under-the-wire pickup for the Knicks. Now, we heard from Coach Brown in that last segment. He was not happy with their performance. He said he was going to challenge De'Aaron Fox.
Yeah, this is interesting.
To do better. But then he turns around and he starts talking about the potential of De'Aaron Fox.
Fox's ability as a two-way player can make him freaking elite. Like, elite. He doesn't quite know it yet, though. He has a switch that he can turn on, and he usually turns it on in the fourth quarter when we need him to on both ends of the floor. Somehow, some way, I got to get him to turn it on for a little closer to the 34, 33, whatever minutes he's playing, instead of just waiting for the fourth quarter, because he's more than capable. I've been around a lot of great / elite players. I'm a little hesitant to say this because I haven't been with him long enough, but I haven't seen him do it in the playoffs yet. He may be capable of being on that level. But the great ones, the elite ones, they do it all the time. And that doesn't mean go score all the time. That means be in tune with what your assignment, your job is. Sit down and guard, push the pace, lead your team, all the little things that may not add up in the stat sheet from beginning to end to set the tone, especially at the beginning. So he is a special player, and the stuff he does in the fourth quarter doesn't surprise me at all. Not at this point. I just need him to get to a point where he's doing it for most of the game. But the sky's the limit for that man. I'm telling you, the sky's the limit for him. And it's going to be whether or not he wants to reach it.
Interesting.
Yeah, I mean, in the same night, Fox and Monk were on the podium earlier than Coach Brown. I think Fox said he was praising Coach Brown about, look, I think he makes us feel that maybe we're better than we are. And so Fox is kind of saying that individually. And then here's Brown saying, like, look, this guy can be elite. And I think he's right. And whatever Coach Brown thinks Fox is missing, I'm glad if he thinks there's something that's still missing, because De'Aaron's really rounded out into such a complete player. And I said it after, I think it was the Kyrie-Luka game, where I think he had 15 or something going into the fourth, and then that game went overtime, ended with 30-something. I said, like we talk about, oh, no, here comes LeBron, here comes Luka, here comes Giannis, here comes Joker, all these stars. He's in the group. He's doing that every night for this team. And last night, 8 points going into the fourth quarter. And he scored a bunch of those points early in the quarter. I think he had his own 7-0 run. He scored 11 straight points. I kept thinking, there's fourth quarter Fox. There he is, clutch points. Well, they didn't even qualify as clutch points because it wasn't, under 5 minutes in a – now he started getting some later, but the early part of the quarter, he was really starting to carry the team. And I just love it. I love the coach puts that out there. And if he's telling us that –
right.
What's he telling De'Aaron when it's on the plane, when it's on the bus, when it's in a one-on-one, when it's in video sessions? Like, that stuff he's sharing with us, he's telling him even more of that.
The only asterisk I would put on there, excuse me, Jason, is when Mike Brown says De'Aaron Fox could be one of the elite, when has he ever coached anyone elite like Tim Duncan? or Reggie Miller or LeBron James or Kobe Bryant
or Steph Curry.
Yeah. I'm obviously joking. For Mike Brown to say something like that when he has coached when you think about it, that's pretty
generational
ridiculous.
Guys.
Generational Hall of Fame pillars of the modern game that he has coached either as a head coach or an assistant. And he's trying to put De'Aaron Fox, and I'm not saying this in a disrespectful way. I'm saying he's talking about putting Fox, saying Fox has the potential to be at that level. And he couched it a little by saying, I haven't seen him do this in the playoffs yet. And that's really where you got to do it. My actual real non-sarcastic question is, he said there towards the end, I just want to see him do this for a full game.
Mm-hmm.
Is he capable? I mean, is that physically possible?
Well, yes, it is.
I mean, you look at Duncan, LeBron. I mean, really, Steph's the exception. But most of those guys are built like tanks. And De'Aaron takes a ton of contact. So did Steph. I think that's maybe the only comparison that would make sense would be De'Aaron Fox and Steph Curry.
Right. And, again, if you're picking, I'm glad he's picks the fourth quarter or winning time or clutch time or, hey, the team needs me now to do it. But I think logically people do it all 4 quarters all the time. I think that's difficult. I think that does get you the separation. But I think he's shown it a little bit more, but just not quite as consistently like the coach is talking about. But that other level is really another level. He just starts taking over.
Well, when he came in and didn't he go, I believe, excuse me, I apologize. After the Knicks 5 offensive rebound 3-point debacle, I want to say that's when Fox went on, I think, a 7-0 personal run. I think he scored the next 7 points. What did he have? 14 in the fourth total, something like that.
Yeah.
And
what did he end with? 23. He had 15 in the quarter. Yeah.
So that means he had 15 in the fourth, but he had 8 in the previous 3.
Mm-hmm.
Is there an argument that that's how you want it? That it's almost like De'Aaron Fox is a basketball version of a closer.
Yeah.
And just let him do his thing. He'll find his spots. He'll kind of Keegan Murray it for the first 2 or 3 quarters. Let Sabonis do everything.
Yeah.
And then it's Fox time.
Well, and they have other people that handle the ball, make decisions, but he is still a point guard. So, you know what? If Kevin Huerter's rolling, I'm okay if Fox scored 11 and they won.
Yes.
I think Fox is too. But then it was, hey, we're rolling up 21. I have 8 points. It's fine. We're not rolling anymore.
Right.
It's a tie game. I'm going.
And you got to keep that whole thing rolling, whether you're rolling to the fourth quarter, the end of the game, or you're rolling up to Woodland, which is just 5 minutes from the airport, to go check out our friends out at Hoblet Dodge. And right now, so much going on. It's Ram Truck Month, along with the Jeep Celebration event. Save up to $10,000 off MSRP on those new 2023 Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew cabs. Friendly hometown values. Where can you find them? Oh, yeah, you can find them at Hoblet. They're not looking to take advantage of you like so many others. They've got true pricing. Now, how about that? True pricing at hobletdodge.com. What that means is the price you see on the screen, that's what you're going to pay. Not oh, wow, what a great price. Oops. Here's your hidden fee, dealer fee, delivery fee, opening up the door fee, test drive fee, Northern California fee, light the beam fee. No, none of that. No dealer markup on the most popular Ram and Jeep models, while you got other dealers marking everything up. Hoblet's still offering discounts. That's why they're the most trusted dealer in California. Largest inventory of heavy-duty trucks in the state. Search, select, and save at hobletdodge.com. Search, select, and save, I say, at hobletdodge.com. Just 5 minutes from the airport. Tell them Carmichael Dave sent you. No hassle, no pressure ever. hobletdodge.com. Hey now. Coach did also, we're getting a lot of Coach Brown in here. He talked a lot about the rules.
Yeah.
For lighting the beam. And I like to think that's because he's a loyal Sactown sports listener.
Yes, he is. He knows.
Probably tuned into Chris Watkins.
Chris and Co. Maybe he was the Co.
I was going to say, because there hasn't really been a Co.
Yeah.
You can fade that down, buddy. There's no Co.
Yeah. He listens.
This is like Chris and friends, and there's no friends.
Coach Brown.
Just call it Chris.
Yeah.
The Chris Watkins Show.
Yeah.
With the occasional Co.
Yeah.
Starring Tom Thibodeau. That all rhymes. Maybe he was the Co. we've had a lot of discussions about this. I said yesterday, I am not in a specific camp, but I can see that I could see Light the Beam being a motivational. I can see Light the Beam being a beat LA equivalent, but I can also understand the superstitious part of it.
Yeah.
I don't think Mike Brown's in that camp.
No, and I know we got this coming up. I the one thing, and this is the second time I've noticed it, where he was visually, like, it was starting to build up some steam, Light the Beam, and he's just going,
saw that,
and he's shaking his head, and it's like, uh-oh.
Yeah.
I don't want an angry coach.
They quieted that down real quick.
Yeah.
Also, by the way, didn't the Kings put out something yesterday where they wanted everybody to stand until the first basket?
They did. You know what?
Yeah, that didn't work.
Okay, I was going to say, I watching. Remember,
I was watching for it, unless I missed something watching on TV. But you had people standing, and then right after the jump ball, like 90% of the people sat down.
It's another reminder. Like, I mean, a lot of people on social media, but not. No, it's not the arena, not the whole arena.
Twitter ain't real life. Yeah. Here's Mike Brown on the channel.
Definitely not when our players shooting a free throw. I mean, I love our fans. But we should Light the Beam when a player shooting a free throw. You're supposed to do that right when they shooting a free throw, not when we shooting a free throw. So, I don't want. It's hard because I don't want to temper the fans' excitement. They definitely paid, their hard-earned money to come to the game and do it. But let the guys shoot free throws first. That you saw, we almost didn't Light the Beam tonight, and we're yelling Light the Beam when guys are shooting free throws too early. I mean, for me, obviously, I don't like that. But again, our fans, they deserve whatever they got coming to them. So it's hard for me to really get on them, and we should step up and make free throws. But let's just try to do it when they're not shooting a free throw.
Okay. I had not heard the clip. I agree with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't do that. Do it when the other team's shooting free throws.
Yeah, the one, except like to last night, it just felt like it was a little bit off rhythm, but whatever. I mean, I can't blame the fans. Everybody was so excited. And I will say this, then they stopped doing it, and when Sabonis was fouled maybe the last time, and basically they needed one to end. The Knicks were out of timeouts. It might have been 6 seconds left. They couldn't advance the ball. Kings up 3, and Sabonis made the first, and it was 4.
Yeah.
I was like, let it rip.
Yeah.
And nobody did.
Nobody,
like, that's okay.
Where
I wasn't mad. It was just like, this may be the time to do it. Because if he misses, it's okay. But he made it. And then the Knicks it just ended. That's fine.
Ryan in the chat wants to know how chanting Light the Beam is different from chanting MVP during a free throw. It's a fair point.
Absolutely.
It's a fair point.
Yeah.
Again, I haven't. And honestly, we need to. I know that the coaches go on the afternoon show, but we got to steal Coach for something here, because I do want to ask him, like, they don't wait until Rocky's winning to play the Rocky music. They played at the low point. There's all kinds of history of it's. Do you decide whether or not Light the Beam is a celebration chant or is it a motivation chant? And if it's a celebration chant, then you got to apply all the rules. You got to make sure you're not doing it so that, you don't want to see on the post game Dylan Brooks in the Western Conference Finals saying, yeah, well, they were saying Light the Beam, and we lit the. Maybe they wanted us to light the beam.
Yeah. What do you think? I feel like right now it's a celebration.
I think
it's acknowledging that the game is going to be a win, not a tip off, not in the first quarter, not when they're up 20. It's when I think the fans believe they've got the game in hand.
I think that's how I do think that's kind of how it's been introduced, and I do think that's how most people are taking it. You could argue that Light the Beam is simply stating something you'd like to do. I would. It probably wouldn't be a good chant.
Win the lottery.
Right.
I'd like to win the lottery.
I don't think you could have fans do something like maybe more specific and say, I would like to light the beam. Like, that's not a good chance. Now,
so smooth.
Lit the beam, that's a celebratory, like, hey, it's going to happen. Or lighting the beam.
Yeah.
You want to light the beam. And so I keep going back to the basketball hell intros and everybody getting to jump ball center court and the entire crowd yammering, light the beam, light the beam, light the beam. Like, I think that would actually be really cool.
Yeah.
But I get it. I don't know.
Yeah, I'll say this too. It's been happening now several games, and the in-arena crew's so good. We talk about Moke and Scott Fresh, big thing before the game. I got one question for you. Who's ready for Kings basketball? Place goes nuts. Did a lot of countdowns last night. Hey, guys, we're going to be on TNT in 5, 4,
Yeah.
then boom,
Yeah.
just electrifying. And then even another one, who wants to light the beam tonight? Bang. So, I mean, that's before tip-off,
That's
and then
before
but
tip-off.
there's no light the beam chance, but that's like another motivator, knowing like, hey, that means tonight's ending with a victory.
A lot of beam keepers out there.
Yeah.
That's all right.
First world problems of the
First world.
Sacramento Kings of 2023.
Right. It used to be, I don't know. Should we leave early in traffic or down 30?
Yeah.
This is a nice thing. Although
I mean, the complaints right now are the beam, like the beam protocol. Maybe TNT didn't show enough love for the Kings. Like this is the list, and maybe offensive rebounding last night.
Sure.
But it's a pretty good problem to be having. Pretty good spot this team is in right now.
Yeah, I don't mind any of this at all. Here's the listen for yourself. Here's the Inside the NBA highlights.
Monk. Ooh, come on. Pass the ball. That ball should have went to the top of the
should not. It went to the hole.
Too wide open.
That's where you can see Brunson here favoring that left foot. And so he would not play in the second half. It was a 69-53 Sacramento lead at the half, and here comes New York without Brunson. R.J. Barrett gets his own. Josh Hart, great pickup for the Knicks.
Great pickup, Ernie. Good call.
And Julius Randle with a finish.
Good pass.
Yeah, Quentin Grimes, cash for 3. 19-6 New York run right back in this thing. They went to the fourth quarter, 91-84 Sacramento. You saw Fox hit the 3 and then take it to the hole.
Maybe Van Exel with hops. Watch him move right there. Oh, got him.
11 straight points.
In his bag.
In his bag. He has a whole bag that Sac is just loving seeing every single night. Great to see it, too.
The ball heals off. Just like
That's right. He was limping on defense, but not on offense.
Grimes for 3. New York still kicking. Down 3. Big minutes from Trey Lyles, too. Great contribution off the bench. He had 16.
You know what impressed me most about Sacramento, usually when you have a young team, they fold under pressure, but these guys are really playing well, especially in clutch time.
Yeah, and then, they've got the Fox, the leading clutch time scorer in the league. There's Randall, 2-point game.
Watch this up.
Ooh.
That hurt me watching that. I don't even play enough defense for that. That hurt you.
Yeah, you. What was that? That was a.
Well, there you go.
Nice.
I mean, they were having fun with it.
Yeah, I thought that was more than fair.
They were having a ton of fun with
Yeah.
it. And the best part of the whole coverage was this.
Kings looking for win number 39. That'll allow them to hold on to the number 2 spot in the West if they should win this one over New York.
Shout out to C-Webb. That's the last time they had a great team.
Yeah, they had like was Brian Anderson talking about the 8 straight years of going to the playoffs and then nothing, just crickets since 2006.
Yes,
That is all about the change.
Well, since Shaq on the team, he was holding them back.
And then
he sold his portion.
and look at him. There you go. Midas touch in reverse. It's the American Express halftime report.
But just say, Chuck, I sold my portion.
They have fun.
Barbecue chicken.
I think does Kenny Smith have a problem with Sacramento?
He was dodging the Kings.
Dodging the Kings, but then also like he's had a couple of interesting comments, misses here and there. I don't know, because I go back to relocation, and Kenny would relay what KJ would say all the time. Kenny was the guy on the dais that would say they're not out yet. I keep talking to KJ, and that don't count them out yet. Blah blah blah. I thought of Kenny as a supporter.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, honest to goodness, I don't want to. I don't want to start any rumors or anything because I truly don't know, but it's something happened since I just get the feeling that Kenny is not all in on Sacramento.
Well, and the other part too is, has he been wrong for the better part of 16 years?
Yeah.
Because Shaq would be on there. He was on there for a couple of years going, Kings are going to be the, surprise team.
Same with Charles.
Yeah. And then they would make fun of those guys because they would be wrong. And now here they are, legitimately a big time surprise here as the 2 seed.
Remember for a brief couple of days, whatever, I forget how many years ago it was, but there was a point where Kenny Smith was in serious consideration to be the next GM. You remember the
GM and or coach at different spots.
Yeah. Which Probably make less money doing that than he would doing what he's doing right now. We'll take a break. When we come back, let's look ahead. We can look behind a little bit too. We'll check in on the standings, and then Jason's going to guide us through the next 5 for not just Sacramento, but the teams around Sacramento in the West. Don't go away, Sactown Sports. Operator, this is Tom Thibodeau. Long Island 69124, please.
The only place you'll find Keegan Murray is Sactown Sports.
Out to Keegan Murray, straight away for 3, and Keegan knocks down the triple.
Hey, Sacramento, it's Keegan Murray, and you're listening to the home of Sacramento Kings, Sactown Sports.
Your local sports leader.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Bonnie.
I'm Tamara Berg in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. Your Friday forecast starts out wet and windy. As we get into the afternoon, those winds will really ease up across the area, and some showers will be more on the hit and miss variety. Plan for highs in the upper 50s. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
Protecting your home and your wallet
Starbucks
just got
original.
easier.
Yeah.
Get
I get
$100
you.
off any qualifying heating and cooling system repair. And keep your home the best place in the world.
Starbucks
Schedule an appointment
original.
today.
I get
Plumbing,
you, Ben.
sewer,
You Ben is
electrical,
off the
heating and air. Bonnie.com.
Savings around.
Folsom Lake Honda,
Wow.
your one-stop Honda
Is it
shop.
really?
The wait is over.
No, it's
Folsom Lake
not.
Honda is
Can
loaded
you-
with new Hondas ready to sell now. Over 35 Civics, over 30 Accords, over 50 trucks and SUVs, Ridgelines, Pilot, CRVs, including hybrids, and low interest rates at Folsom Lake Honda make for lower payments. See all our specials, apply for financing, and value your trade at FolsomLakeHonda.com.
Folsom Lake Honda, yeah, your one-stop Honda shop.
Thanks to the Xfinity 10G network, my little brother's friends won't leave our house. When I was their age, internet with basically no interruptions was a pipe dream.
You sound like my grandpa.
Now through March 21st, new customers can get 1 gig internet on the Xfinity 10G network. It's just $30 a month for 2 years when you add mobile with unlimited data. Go to Xfinity.com/10G, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store today. Requires paperless billing and autopay with stored bank account. Restrictions apply. Taxes and fees extra. Xfinity Mobile requires Xfinity Internet. After promo, regular rates apply to internet service and devices. Actual speeds vary.
Individual rates, coverage offerings, and savings may vary, subject to terms and conditions, not available in all areas. If you're a small business owner, listen up. Pi Insurance wants to give you one of those aha moments, the kind that could save you money. Workers' comp is probably one of the biggest costs you face. But did you know that insurance providers have flexibility in setting their prices? That's right. But many don't bother giving small businesses the savings you deserve. Instead, you can get lumped in with other businesses and overcharged. Pi Insurance was created to change that. With Pi, you get a quote tailored specifically to your business, and you could save up to 30% with no hassle and no hidden fees. Plus, when you sign up for pay-as-you-go billing, your premium is based on your actual payroll, not an estimate. So your workers' comp audit experience is simplified. Take 3 minutes to see how much you could save with Pi Insurance. Ask your agent for Pi or go to trypi.com. That's TRYPIE.com.
The folks at M&S Auto know that inflation is tough on everybody. If you need an excellent, gently used car or truck, M&S has hundreds of vehicles on the lot on El Camino just off the Cap City Freeway. M&S customers get great deals and they save thousands. Get a great deal now on super clean 4x4s, including Tacomas, Silverados, and Jeeps, and muscle cars, Challengers, Teslas, Mustangs, and even the occasional McLaren. M&S Auto, msautogroup.com.
ACR Solar and Home Services is here to help you, just like they helped me. Jason Ross here, and ACR did a great job for my family, bringing their impeccable reputation and great workmanship to keep my family covered with a brand new roof. Now we're comfortable and dry during Sacramento's rainy season, knowing our home's structural integrity is protected. Our value is increased, and the home itself, well, it's looking and functioning at its best. The proof, it's in our roof. Now, you can get this same quality experience with ACR Solar and Home Services. Just go to acrsolar.com now to sign up for a free estimate and see all that they have to offer, not only to protect your home and family during the cold and wet Sacramento weather, but also including premium made in the USA solar electric systems. That's acrsolar.com. ACR Solar and Home Services is bringing us all the highest quality, highest value, and integrity since 1979. Go to acrsolar.com. That's acrsolar.com.
Sactown Sports.
Headlines.
Good morning, Sacramento. My name is Kyle Ledbetter, and these are your Sactown Sports headlines. The Kings got to light the beam with a 122-117 victory last night against the New York Knicks on TNT. The Kings held a 21-point lead in the second half, and it went all the way down to 0. And that's when fourth quarter Fox took over.
Here's Fox driving. The hammer off the dribble. The left hand by De'Aaron Fox. You talk about a statement rip. He's got 9 in the quarter.
De'Aaron finished with 15 fourth quarter points, including the game winner with 26 seconds to play. Domantas Sabonis recorded his 9th triple-double of the season. For more post-game coverage, check out Frankie Cardicelli's Kings recap right now on SactownSports.com. Those are your headlines. Now let's return to the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Waking you up with the best in local sports.
They just make it interesting, you know? It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross
on Sactown Sports.
.30 on the dot. Welcome back on a victorious, like the national beam, huh? National beam team. It's nice.
Have you? I know we're thinking about lots of things here with potential postseason looking good and so on and so forth. 39 wins.
One more win. So somebody made
people have cashed out their winnings on the over under, right?
Yes, they. Oh, yes, they have. That is
a few games ago.
And there are people out there. I've seen them, not them personally, but I've seen their tickets that put anywhere from $5 to, I think I saw somebody put $100 at the beginning of the season on the Kings winning the Pacific Division, which
That's
I think
awesome.
would get them somewhere 25, 30, 35 grand, something like that. I mean, there's some people if the Kings,
get it.
You know, a lot of people say, and I get it, well, division titles don't matter. Well, you're right.
If you bet it does.
Yeah, exactly. If you bet it. What were the two things I wanted to grab here real quick? How do we start out? You said
39 wins.
39. Oh, yeah. So someone had made this point, and I thought it was actually a really good one, that the next 3 beams will be incredibly important beams. The next beam will be the 40-win beam, which, remember those kids? I said, remember those kids? Or those guys,
40 wins.
Summer, we're going to get 40 wins this year. So boom, there you go. Be nice if they could. You can't stop asking to light the beam.
Yeah.
The only people that get to light the beam are players and 50 Cent. Okay,
Right.
You're not going to light the beam, but they should have them ring the cowbell.
Good with that.
I think that'd be good.
Yeah. Think about this too. The first 2 times they made the playoffs.
Yeah.
When they first got here.
Yeah.
37 wins.
That's right.
And then that 94-95 season. 95-96 season. 39 wins. Got them in.
That's right. That was the first year they were here when they played the Rockets, got swept by the Rockets.
That was 37 wins, and then the 95-96 was 39 when they rattled Seattle, nearly pulled off that upset.
Is there a way? Well, of course there's a way. I would like to see, and maybe they're saving it for a special one, but we also need to get, we haven't had G-Man ring the bell yet, have
No.
we? Yeah, that needs to happen. You'd
Maybe
be up,
playoff time.
Yeah, game 1.
Yeah.
That'd be great. The next beam after that, so the next beam is 40 wins.
Yeah.
The beam after that guarantees you a 500 record.
Mm-hmm.
The beam after that, obviously, you're above 500.
Yeah.
So some milestone wins coming up, hopefully.
Which has only happened above 500. Well, the first season under Rick Adelman, remember they were above 500, but there was 50 games. They were 27 and 23.
Yes.
So above 41 wins has happened 7 times, and it was 7 in a row, all under Adelman.
That's so
no
true.
Other winning season.
That's
he had all 8 of them.
I also want to I want to shout out we kind of had a fun game within the game last night. Somebody had said, "Hey," I noticed somebody was watching from Missouri.
Okay.
And I noticed that and said, "Hey, whatever. Thanks for watching." And he said, "You know what'd be fun? Find out, see where everybody else is watching." And so I said, "Hey, where are you guys watching?" And, of course, we had some, I'm in Elk Grove. Well, listen to some of this. Coos Bay, Oregon, which I love.
Yeah.
Punta Cana, Dominican Republic. Namur, Belgium. Okoboji, Iowa. Iowa City, Iowa. And by the way, I would go through and look at their profiles too. Not that everybody always lists it, but I'm reading the ones where their profile actually says that, which doesn't prove they're there, but I don't think they're lying. Phoenix, Arizona, Springfield, Missouri, Oakland, San Francisco, St. Petersburg, Florida, Wilson, North Carolina, Vancouver, Washington, Iowa, Oregon, Lusaka, Zambia. Paul Gordon out there. Yes. Fredericksburg, Virginia, Baltimore, Maryland. This is where people were watching the game, the Kings last night. Toledo, Ohio, Iowa Beach, Hawaii, Dallas, Mesa, Arizona, Sun Valley, Idaho. I'm not going to read them all. I'm just reading the good ones. Fort Walton Beach,
just the
Florida.
good locations.
Right. Franklin, Tennessee, Nashville, Tennessee, Sarasota again, Worcester, Ohio, Maryland,
Worcester,
Providence, Rhode Island. And there's a few others in there too that I know were very international. Somebody was watching in Australia. I know that. Just
down under.
Down under, exactly. Beijing, Denver. So Brazil, my point is this. First off, it was so cool to see that. Secondly, it's never going to be like it was because we don't have Page and Vlade on the team, and Page and Vlade were international superstars and really brought all of Europe over here. But you do have, there's the other part of that people miss too. The Kings were international sensations largely because of Page and Vlade, but also a little bit because of Jason Williams and the greatest show on court, and people come in and watch him. And you talked about this before. We used to have, Gary said this, Grant said this in the past on the station when the Kings would go to Europe or somewhere else, you'd see Kings gear all over the place.
Yeah.
Makes me wonder if, I don't know if they'll ever be at that level, but where the Kings will really start getting some international fans back in the mix again. So, next 5, going to be interesting.
Yeah.
Starting with Sacramento. They've got their work cut out for them, that's for sure.
Yeah, I mean, at Phoenix, hosting Milwaukee, then they go on that last kind of East Coast swing at Chicago, at Brooklyn, at Washington. Already checked off one last night with a nice, impressive win against the Knicks. I mean, we're really getting down here to the end, and that's why we talked about earlier in the standings how there's separation from 4 down, really.
Right.
How about Memphis, though, Dave? What do you think about this for them, their next 5? Dallas, then at Dallas, at Minnesota, at San Antonio, and they host the Warriors again. And, the news, obviously, they talked about that 4 games, but finding out about Steven Adams being out for another 4, that's a big deal for them.
That is a huge deal.
It's really when they started to spiral a little bit was when his injury happened.
Yeah, and that's a big thing for them. And it sounds like, listen, if he is going to come back, it's going to be during the playoffs. The whole Ja Morant. It's very interesting for the Memphis Grizzlies, too, because Ja's not hurt. And Ja isn't hurt, and Ja also. How long do you keep him? At what point is there a conversation inside the Memphis front office where they're like, you know what, he probably should be gone a few more games, but we need him back, and we have to think about winning a championship.
Yeah.
At what point does basketball take over for actual personal?
Yeah, I don't think they're there yet, but it sounds like he'll be coming back soon. If you look at the team that a lot of people think could catch the Kings with or without Kevin Durant, we heard the news, it'll be reevaluated in 2 to 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Their next 5, obviously they host the Kings tomorrow night at Golden State, hosting Milwaukee, host Orlando, and at OKC. So there's a couple of easier ones in there. Milwaukee's going to be a factor in a lot of these teams as they're coming out here in the West. And the other part of that about that is I know they play the Kings and then I think it's the Warriors in back-to-back. Giannis hasn't been playing a lot of the back. Is he going to pick to play against the Kings? Is he going to pick to play against the Warriors? Is he going to miss both? Is he going to miss one? So we'll see about that.
I think he should play against the Warriors.
Okay. Just to be, hey, they're the former champs.
I imagine that game. I don't know when that game is. I can't imagine Warriors-Bucks isn't going to be on national television.
It's next Tuesday?
That has to be the TNT game. Let me look real quick. Yeah, Warriors-Bucks, dude, has to be.
I'm sure it is.
Well, hold on a second. I'm looking at the Warriors schedule here.
Yeah.
That's Saturday, March 11th, and that's ABC.
That's okay. Maybe that's not the back-to-back I'm thinking of.
Yeah, that's the ABC game with them. It's funny. The The Warriors. They're on ABC Saturday, ESPN Monday. They have 3 straight national TV games, then NBA TV. Warriors at Houston, no national TV, and then back to ESPN, NBA, TNT, NBA. So just to sum it all up, if you include NBA TV, which is kind of national TV, 9 out of their next 10 games are on national television. Must be nice to be the Warriors.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Must be nice.
Just wait on that.
Oh, I had it flip-flopped. It's Sacramento. The Bucks are here Monday, at Phoenix Tuesday.
Okay. At Phoenix Tuesday.
Also, there's no national TV next week because March Madness.
Is that right?
That's true.
That is right. Well, Bucks at Phoenix is on NBA TV.
There you go.
It's sort of national.
So will they do something different there? That's will Giannis play both here and there?
March Madness starts next week.
Yes,
Yes,
Sunday
it does,
Sunday.
Dave.
It's
Shut
here. It's
up.
here 1 week from yesterday.
Yeah, 6 days from now, there will be 4
In
March
Sacramento.
Madness games at Golden One.
I'm going. I'm going to the 4:00 one on Thursday.
And session 2.
And then the 11 a.m. and 4:00 one, I think, Saturday.
I think those are the only ones Saturday because there's 2
only
games.
2 games. Yeah.
There's only okay.
There's a morning set. I say morning. It might be around 11 and 1:30 on Thursday, and then probably 4 and 6 or 6:30 or something.
I just didn't.
Yeah. Bracket talk next week.
Brackets on Sunday.
Sunday selection.
Can I
Sunday.
get an early?
Yeah. Fill it out all the way through, and you should be just fine.
Just pick UCLA to win.
Good call.
Hey,
very good call.
I know what your answer is going to be as somebody who has run a for free and fun
Mhm.
bracket for many, many years. Is there any part of you that thinks that people that do multiple brackets, like it's a little bit cheap?
No.
Me neither.
Who's policing brackets?
Right?
Plenty of people.
I know, right? To be clear, by the way, I'm being kind of sorry. I did 2 brackets last year. I usually do 2 brackets, but I also kind of feel cheap. Here's why. I feel like your picks are your picks, and that should be your picks. But then it's also like you're buying more lottery tickets.
Yeah. It's like, because,
I do a money one and I do a non-money one.
No, you do not do a money one. I know that because that would be a violation of our Bonneville rules.
So if theoretically we were to be needing to compete against people, it doesn't have to be for money.
No.
If we're competing against people, just pick all the favorites. If we're doing it for fun, pick a 13 seed to win a couple rounds.
Picking Furman.
Nice.
Right?
Why not?
The Furman Bears?
Remember that.
Do you know?
I do, and that's foreshadowing, by the way.
Okay. We'll take a break. Oh, I'm kind of excited now. When we come back, we can say this for the next segment, but I want you to think about it during the break. Okay, I have 2 questions for you.
Okay,
I need to know. I need to know who's hot.
Okay,
but
what's your other question?
I need to know who's not. Can you do me a favor? Find somebody to answer that.
Okay.
And we will do that when we get back in just a moment on Sactown Sports.
You wanted more Niners?
Sactown Sports delivered in the biggest way.
Catch every Niners game right here on the new home for 49ers football in Sacramento.
Sactown Sports.
Deb's constipation with belly pain, discomfort, and bloating kept giving her grief. She talked to her doctor to get some relief. Deb had irritable bowel syndrome with constipation or IBS-C, which was a start. Saying yes to Linzess helped her do her part.
Linzess, or linaclotide, is a prescription medicine that treats IBS-C in adults. Linzess works differently than laxatives. It lets you have more frequent and complete bowel movements and helps relieve overall abdominal symptoms, belly pain, discomfort, and bloating. These symptoms were studied in combination, not individually. Do not give Linzess to children less than 2 years old. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling. There could be more to your story with IBS-C. Talk to a doctor today. Say yes to Linzess. Learn more at linzess.com or call 1-800-LINZESS. Sponsored by AbbVie and Ironwood Pharmaceuticals.
Power Business Technology is proud to be 100% independent, locally owned, and managed Toshiba copier dealer. Local ownership cuts out the red tape, allowing ourselves to never be too busy to personally answer the call when our clients need us. Recognized for excellence in service execution, training, and customer service, we're proud to be named a 2022 Toshiba ProMasters Elite Dealer. Contact us today for all of your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729, or visit us at powercopiers.com.
Hi, I'm Mario, owner of Attic Man Heating and Air Conditioning. We are experiencing beautiful weather in Sacramento, which means this is the best time of year to complete any of that HVAC work you've been meaning to get done. Attic Man Heating and Air is a trained dealer. At Attic Man, we're currently offering over $6,000 in rebates for new HVAC systems, and the best deals of the year are happening right now. Visit our 5-star Yelp page or book online at atticmanhvac.com. That's atticmanhvac.com.
Your insurance company has an adjuster, shouldn't you? Call 888-GREENSPAN. They handle major insured claims from collapsed and falling trees. They represent you, not your insurance company. When you go to court, you take a lawyer. Level the playing field. Receive correct and fair insurance claim settlements for property damage. Call 888-GREENSPAN today. That's 888-473-6277. California DOI license number 2E11301.
Is your tub worn out, but you're not sure who to trust to replace it? With over 2 million successful bath remodels, people trust Bathfitter because we know how to do it right. We've been custom designing and manufacturing baths for over 35 years. Our unique tub-over-tub installation takes as little as a day with no demo to fit your busy schedule. And we offer a lifetime warranty on every tub. That's how confident we are in our quality and durability. Bathfitter, it just fits. Visit bathfitter.com to book your free consultation.
What's up? We're talking to Chad Hoblet of Hoblet Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Woodland. Chad, what's going on for Chrysler's Jeep celebration event?
We have the biggest savings since 2020 with up to $15,000 off MSRP when you lease a new 2022 Jeep Grand Cherokee 4xE.
Those 4xe plug-ins are pretty awesome. Any special going on for Dodge?
Right now, get up to $5,500 off MSRP on new 2022 Dodge Charger GTs. But with this kind of savings, they won't last long.
Nobody will treat you better than Hoblet Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. Come see for yourself with a test drive today, or search, select, and save at hobletdodge.com. Best prices, best selection, period.
$15,000 total net savings on select new 2022 Jeep Grand Cherokee 4xEs after $10,500 total rebates and $4,500 dealer discounts. Must lease to qualify. Rebates include $3,000 California carb lease bonus gas. Must be California residents and lease to qualify. Plus $7,500 federal income tax credit rebate. Valid only on lease option. $7,500 income tax credit provided by Internal Revenue Code Section 30D. May apply to purchase option. Incentive offered by third party and may be subject to change without notice. Consult a tax professional for details and eligibility. 5 of this net savings. Sample VIN 716944. Must take delivery by 3/31/23. Only while supplies last. $5,500 total net savings on select 2022 Dodge Charger GTs after $2,500 factory rebates and $3,000 dealer discounts. 5 of this net savings. See dealer for details.
What's hot and what's not? Brought to you by American Energy Heat and Air, making the uncomfortable comfortable. Head to AmericanEnergyAir.com to find out more.
What's hot?
Yeah, hot. Real hot. And what's not?
It's not good. Brought to you by American Energy Air and Solar, Sacramento's complete heating and cooling company, and second opinion partner.
Who's hot?
Who is hot, Kyle? What do you got for us today?
Well, I'm gonna be a little selfish and say the San Diego Padres are hot.
Wait, what? Now?
Right now.
How can they be?
Well, so last week the San Diego Padres signed Manny Machado to a $350 million contract.
Okay.
And yesterday it was reported by Ken Rosenthal they offered Aaron Judge over $400 million.
Man.
And he took a lesser offer from the Yankees.
Where do they have all this money?
They don't.
Okay.
That's the fun part. They're taking losses on the team. It's awesome. So now there are reports that they may be looking at $500 million for Juan Soto sometime in the next week or so.
Wow. Better win a championship out of all this money.
You'd better.
In my personal record book, we already have. We beat the 111-win Dodgers, and that's the greatest moment of my sports lifetime.
Who's not?
People of Minnesota.
Yeah, well, not this time of year.
Yes, this is true. Do you guys know the story of Adam Thielen?
I know he's a wide receiver for the Vikings.
So he played Division II football in Minnesota, was an undrafted player signed to the hometown team, went from practice squad to fifth receiver to fourth receiver, all the way to getting I believe a $50 million contract with the Vikings.
Yeah.
And he got cut today by the Minnesota Vikings.
Oh. Not hot.
That's not hot at all.
The people of Minnesota.
Bring Adam Thielen to San Francisco.
That would be fun.
Sure.
I like him. I like his attitude. I saw him on Mic'd Up earlier this year, and he was cheering for all his teammates. He was the star of the Mic'd Up people in their comeback. Was it
Buffalo?
Buffalo.
Mm-hmm.
He was like
game of the year.
They were down like whatever it was, 78-2, and he's like, "Guys, we can do this."
That was the score,
and like somehow it wasn't annoying. I have one more. Can I add a what's hot?
More hotness.
Hotness.
So we're all following the World Baseball Classic,
pitch
obviously,
by pitch.
and I know you guys. If you didn't see it live, you definitely DVR'd and rewatched the Czechoslovakia versus China.
Mm-hmm.
So yesterday, Martin Music of Czechoslovakia hit a 3-run home run in the top of the ninth. And the Czech Republic beat China 8-5. What was interesting about that, how often have we seen this before? A home run on a Czech swing.
I'm just letting that sit out there. I like that one a lot. I did.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm. Not as much as the Tibbs material we had earlier, but pretty great.
Yeah, we're still getting them. Tom Thibodeau looks like an old, bitter live-action Charlie Brown.
He looks like your imaginary friend all grown up 50 years later.
Mm-hmm.
He does kind of look like an older, bitter Charlie Brown. Like,
Yeah.
I'm going
to kick
Post-divorce Charlie Brown.
I'm going to get that football.
He's coming home every day and just popping a keys. He's been divorced 20 years, comes home, opens up a Miller High Life and a can of Dinty Moore beef stew that he just eats. Doesn't even warm it up.
No.
And
throws both cans to the side.
Both cans to the side to his dog.
Yeah, he'll get him later.
Got to feed the dog.
This is getting sadder and sadder for Thibodeau.
I like it. I think
plastic on all this furniture.
We kid because we care. I enjoy Tom Thibodeau. There was a time where I wanted Tom Thibodeau to be our coach.
Okay.
Tom Thibodeau writes his initials on the tags of all his shirts.
I think so. I was cleaning out my underwear drawer the other day, and I found, I don't know how it got in there, but there was a obviously really old pair of underwear in there that had my initials on the tag from when my mother wrote them on
Wow.
the tag. Yeah, it was like way in the back.
It's been a while since you've cleaned it out.
Well, you have underwear for certain days. Don't you? Like, these are my Sunday ones.
Yeah.
The moths got to it. I don't care. I'm just sitting around the house.
That underwear is literally older than me.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly. You know what? It was well built. That's why it's still around. It's well built. My mom puts her last name on. My mom has left Tupperware at my house, and she writes our last name, which I share, on it.
She writes Dave.
Yes. And I believe she's done this before where she's written our last name on Tupperware that she's left elsewhere, but the Tupperware is like an old country crock margarine container that she saved for as
you can reuse it.
It's free Tupperware.
Where else are you putting a stew?
King Suns tomorrow.
Yes.
This time, Jason, I did get the note from the NBA. This time it is for real.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I don't have the odds on this one yet, but I can give you an alternate starting time because I do not believe, because they're in the Valley of the Sun, that, they are 6 o'clock. That's
right.
6 o'clock start right here on the Sportacious one. Devin Booker has had himself quite the run. And it really, he came back. He had to get healthy. He had to do his thing. He is playing elite basketball, and I don't know. I imagine the TNT announcer said something during the game last night. They called Harrison Barnes our best defender, and I saw some people on Twitter making noise about that. And I think people would say Davion Mitchell's probably our best defender. I understand that, but one thing they did say that did make a lot of sense, and this is what I think they meant. Harrison Barnes pretty regularly gets the team's toughest defensive assignment.
Yeah.
It's difficult to gauge him as a defender accurately, because if he's the guy defending the Devin Bookers and the James Hardens of the world and all that, well, guess what? They're going to score on him a lot. But that doesn't mean he's not a good defender.
Correct.
So he's going to be probably checking Devin Booker. And since the start of this month. All Devin Booker does or has done is hit for 37, 35, 36, and then 44 against Oklahoma City. He's shooting for this month 60%.
Wow.
53% from behind the arc. Weirdly enough, 78% from the line. That's actually kind of strange for him. 7 assists, 5 rebounds. He's playing at an MVP level so far this month. And I know this is this is the most obvious analysis you're going to get, but it's quite simple. If you can somehow if you can contain Devin Booker enough, you're probably going to win that ball game.
Yeah, especially now without Durant, right? But I mean, I think in this particular matchup too, Ayton, I think the last time they played was a real bother. So somehow connecting them, I think when I watched them play last weekend against Dallas, the spot that they look like they're in when they have Durant, I mean, they were just going back and forth between Durant and Booker scoring, and Ayton early on set a good tone. You know who's in a great position is Chris Paul, because he's just left wide open, and he's still will just pick his spots. It feels like he's going to make a big shot in every fourth quarter because he'll be left open to shoot a three, and if he does it and converts, like which he's done a lot of his career, he's in a good position to just be a distributor, hit big shots while Durant and Booker cook. So they're going to be a real problem. There's still a problem without Durant, but I think that team's really scary when
they last played in Phoenix. It was actually, the final score is 120-109, which would imply not a blowout, but a comfortable win.
Yeah.
But Kings had a 2-point lead after the first.
Right.
Then the Suns had a 4-point lead at the half, a 5-point lead going into the fourth, and then they outscored them by 7 in the fourth. But I think, and a little bit of that was foul, free throw. Fox had 35, but to your point, Devin Booker had 32, DeAndre Ayton had 29 and 11.
Yeah.
Bench really didn't do that much, but we talk about all this stuff. Not only are they missing Kevin Durant, but they're missing Mikal Bridges because he was a part of that trade. They're missing a number of folks, and they're somehow managing to ride the shoulders of Ayton and Booker and Paul to a lesser extent. By the way, Chris Paul in that game actually arguably had the best game of anyone. 17 points, 19 assists for Chris Paul.
Yeah.
So they got the work cut out.
They do, and it's another one of those, obviously, in the standings, if you win, the magic number, you would slice 2 off it as far as them in Phoenix. So tomorrow, obviously, we're at a stretch now where all these games seem like they have huge impact. This one's a really large game.
And I don't know that many of them are must-wins, because of where they're at, and you have to define must, but they're, golly, would be great wins.
Sure.
Knicks also visit the Clippers tomorrow. So you've got that. You got a lot of stuff in there. We'll get to this a little bit later. Mavs and Grizz, we talked about that. Warriors, Bucks. So no matter what happens with the Kings, there's going to be some folks not picking up ground in those shrink. We'll take a break. Since we come back, speaking of the Kings offense, let's look at that since the All-Star break. We've got Fox talking about that as well. We'll do that after this.
The only place you'll find Kevin Herter is Sactown Sports.
Herter's open, steps into 3. He's got the triple.
Hey, Sacramento, it's Kevin Herter, and you're listening to the home of the Sacramento Kings, Sactown Sports.
Your local sports leader.
For your everyday vehicle. Right now, you can get 5 quarts with an STP oil filter for only $26.99. Do the complete job for the right price. Get the parts you need when you need them at AutoZone or AutoZone.com.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Folks, there's a fast break with the game on the line. He dribbles down the court, passes ahead for the alley-oop, and it's caught for a slam dunk.
Do you need an assist? Regain and optimize your performance. See what Pacific Men's Clinic can do to make your love life the best it can be. Pacific Men's Clinic's safe and pain-free, clinically proven procedure breaks up plaque and stimulates the growth of healthy new blood vessels. Call for your free consultation now at 916-545-7577. That's 916-545-7577.
It's hard to find a better selection of trucks ready to drive home today than you'll find at M&S Auto on El Camino, right off the Cap City Freeway. M&S customers come back because they know they always get a clean car, truck, or SUV, and they save thousands. You can get a great deal now on a Jeep, F-150, Ram, or Silverado, and you're going to get treated right at M&S Auto Sales. First-time buyers are always welcome. MS Auto Sales, msautogroup.com.
2 minutes left. 2 minutes left. Hands up. No fouls. No fouls. Yes. Great job. Timeout. Hello, Sacramento, and all you listeners, it's Doug Christie here for the Good Feet Store. Did you know that when your feet are not properly supported, your whole body can become misaligned, causing pain in your feet, knees, hips, or back? Good Feet arch supports are designed to support all four arches of the foot, placing the feet in their ideal pain-relieving position and aligning the body from the feet up. Good Feet arch supports come in a wide range of over 300 styles, flexibilities, and sizes, so customers can be precisely fit with the arch supports that meets their personal needs. It's one reason why Good Feet arch supports are only available at the Good Feet Store. Visit the Good Feet Store now for a free personalized arch support fitting and then take them for a walk. Experience for yourself the pain-relieving comfort, balance, and support of Good Feet. In Sacramento, Roseville, Stockton, Modesto, and Vacaville. Online at goodfeet.com.
KHTK AM HD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios, your local sports leader in the 916. This is Sactown Sports. Sactown Sports.
Headlines.
Good morning, Sacramento. My name is Kyle Ledbetter, and these are your Sactown Sports headlines. The Kings got to light the beam with a 122-117 victory last night against the New York Knicks. The Kings saw a 21-point second-half lead disappear before fourth quarter Fox pulled it out for them.
Here's Fox driving. The hammer off the dribble. The left hand by De'Aaron Fox. You talk about a statement rip. He's got 9 in the quarter.
De'Aaron scored 15 fourth-quarter points, including the game winner with 26 seconds to play, crossing over Josh Hart. For more post-game coverage, check out Frankie Cardicelli's Kings Recap on SactownSports.com. Those are your headlines, and now we roll along for one more hour here with Carmichael Dave and Jason Ross.
The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sactown Sports.
Don't forget Friday Fun and Games coming up towards the end of the hour. I say towards, at the end of the hour.
Yeah.
Chris Watkins doing the show from the Chris Watkins
Do you need me
homestead.
to help you out with anything? For grabbing?
Need you to help me out with turning your mic off. Thank you. Hey, Kyle. Chris doing the show from his homestead, the home studio today. So we'll try to make that work. Let me ask you this, because I think I should ask you this in advance, in case there's a technical difficulty. Is Friday Fun and Games maneuverable?
It's still, yeah, it can be played different. Yeah, it's not exclusive to Chris Watkins.
Oh,
but I mean, he's going to be in it.
I would hope
and if
so.
he's not, then we'll make it work.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. The Kings offense since the All-Star break in 8 games, Jason. I don't know if you've seen this stat or not.
Stella.
7-1. 7-1, and the only loss to the, like, I'm torn. They could be 8-0. Well, they could also be like 5 and yeah. I'll stick with it. It's fine. But they're averaging 132.9 points per game. They have shot 50% or better in all of them. They're averaging, and this you and I talk about all the time, the magic number is 30 and a half assists per game.
Yeah, part of what got me thinking about this is because, I mean, I'm going to go off of a very common phrase that people will say about any team. What happens when the shots don't fall?
Yeah.
How do you win when the shots don't fall? And I'm very, I think almost like a universal bumper sticker you can use. Like, what's your out? How do you win a game when the shots don't fall? They don't always fall. They fall a lot for the Kings. They shoot 50% a lot. They're the number one offense for a reason. The Knicks, a team that held them to 99 points the last time. Kings got to 122 yesterday with a 22-point quarter. Like, there's just it's a good team. Tibbs has been known for his defense.
Yes, he has.
The Clippers were playing top 10 defense before the 2 matchups against the Kings. There are teams that's bothered them. Kevin Herter told us that the other day. Like, wow, Toronto, whatever they did to it, like that was the one that was a unique outlier that we just couldn't crack the code. Okay, but every team that's coming in here is trying to stop the Kings, slow down the Kings. And since the All-Star break, they've been incredible offensively.
And by the way, they have film on the Kings now.
Yes.
They know what plays they're running. They have an idea. They've seen their looks. Kings started out, you'll remember, down 5-1 yesterday, down 5-1. And then I'm looking right now. They were then up 21-12.
Yeah, they took the lead on a Herter 3, never trailed again. That was tied.
Yeah. But never
trailed again.
Never trailed. And I forget which timeout it was that Tom Thibodeau took. And I just kind of had a little existential thought where I'm thinking that's got to be simultaneously frustrating and maybe even a little scary for teams at times, that you can take a timeout and you can make whatever adjustments you want. But the Kings offense is clicking. There's nothing you can do. There's nothing you can do. If guys like Monk, Murray, Herter, Fox, if they're hitting their shots,
right,
and Sabonis is doing his thing down low and they're moving on, I don't care what team. You can only hope to just keep up with them.
Yeah.
And that at some point they'll go cold.
Yeah, and it's interesting. People talk about pace, and you just think of fast break. Like, oh, they just run like crazy. Well, there was a couple years ago, I think it was Jaeger's year where they won 39. They were running at an absurd pace. They move. They go for fast break, but I feel like their pace is in the half court. Like there's really no holding the basketball and just, hey, let's look around here. Let's back down. Like it's moving it around, and sometimes it goes into Sabonis, and he'll back a guy down, but it's not. I mean, that guy, I'll never confuse him for a ball hog. Like, he's moving, he's looking to get people involved, and if he has deep position down there on the block, he's going to go to work. But they really move the ball very well and sharp, and they're taking care of the basketball. It's been a pleasure to watch them play.
It's, for lack of a better term, just to dumb it down, because that's what I need to do for me, it's like a blender offense. There's just all these wheels spinning at once. And it's almost like, what's the shell game people play? Because the way Sabonis is able to, the ball, remember that picture of his dad when he came to the game, Arvidas, and he was holding an iPhone, and people were joking like that was probably an iPad Pro because it looks so tiny in his hands. And DeMontis has a similar, when he grips the ball and the way he's able to just kind of throw it around and palm the thing and go up, go down, go left, go right, it almost mirrors on the low block. He has such great footwork, such great feinting of the ball, where he can just, and all that has to happen, the defense just has to flinch just a tiny bit. Oh, look, there's Kevin Herter cutting to the basket, and more often than not, he finds him. It's a fun thing to watch.
Yeah, and I think when you game plan, you go, okay, we got to slow down Fox, got to try to stymie the Sabonis. But you go to last night, there was a portion where Malik Monk was crazy hot. Like, he was carrying the team. And then you get in moments where, Barnes scores a couple in a row. Here's Herter, here's Fox. Like, they do have the ability to have several different players carry the team at different portions of the game. And I think that's what makes him so unique and so difficult to guard.
Here is De'Aaron Fox talking about the offense.
I think as a team, obviously we're whatever the offense rating is, and we're at the top of the league in scoring. But I feel like offensively we could play many different ways. We can just go pick and roll. We can get into isolations. We can get into post-ups. We can still throw the ball through the elbow and have guys split. There's just many different ways that we can attack teams, obviously all throughout the game, but in the fourth quarter. And I think whenever we keep our pace up, and not just trying to get on the break, but in the half court with guys moving, I think it's hard to guard. I think it's hard to guard multiple actions, or if someone has it going, getting them the ball, or if it's an isolation, or if it's a post-up or Domas or ADB, whatever it may be. There's just so many different ways that we can attack people offensively.
That's De'Aaron Fox. Also want to throw in another clip here real quick. Let me see, where are we at? 9:07. We got a few minutes. We haven't gotten to this yet. We did play some of the funniness, but here's De'Aaron Fox and Malik Monk. And by the way, great night for the Kentucky Wildcats on the floor for the most part. You had quite the sample size. You obviously had Julius Randle, who had 23 points, 10 boards, 5 assists. Not his best game. You had De'Aaron Fox with 23. You had Malik Monk, who had 19 in 20 minutes and was really 4-6 from behind the arc. There were some times where he really helped put this team over the top. 5 boards, 5 assists as well. Trey Lyles, 16 points in 25 minutes. So you had, am I forgetting? I feel like there's somebody else on the Knicks. Yeah, Emmanuel Quickly, excuse me. He, however, was having real big issues. I think he hit his first shot late in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
He was 1 of 11 but he ended up hitting that 3 on that run that scared everybody. Here's Fox and Monk post game.
Malik, I know first quarter and better first half defense has been a focal point for this team, but to hold New York to 23 points in that first quarter, how big was that for the team tonight?
It was huge, man. The first unit started off right and got the big lead, man. We just came in and kept the pressure up in the first half. So we just got to continue to do that. But like Fox said, we got to box out, man. We got to box out.
Want to see what you guys both thought about just being on a stage where you know they're watching you nationally. Did you get extra excited about it, or did it matter to the team? And did you feel like you guys had to make a statement knowing that more people are watching you perhaps than they have all season?
Well, at this point, it seems like we only play New York teams on TV, so shit.
You got that? Attaboy. All right, so that's Fox and Monk. You're welcome, YouTube.
Yeah.
The unedited version of Fox and Monk after the game. We had some great moments as well. Yeah, absolutely. It's an offense that's fun to watch, and that's why when you go up against a team like Phoenix, who, let's be honest, as weird as it sounds, they're not as gifted as Sacramento is offensively, not by the numbers, but what Phoenix can do, that Sacramento can as well, but they have DeAndre Ayton. They have Chris Paul. They do have guys that can play a little bit of defense on that team. Ayton is more of your classic center, your classic shot. You know, he'll block a shot, he'll rebound, he'll do that. It's going to be really interesting. You know, it's almost like putting your fingers in the hole in the wall, you know, with water squirting out. All right, so Fox locks down Chris Paul as much as you can. Great. Well, now you got to worry about Sabonis and DeAndre Ayton. If that's the case, now you have Barnes and Booker, and God knows who else is going to come out of Phoenix because they just have so many weapons, which is a big reason why, Jason, I think so many think if and when Durant comes back and is healthy, just what do you do?
Right. And, you know, look, this seems like something that even crazy talk, but I still say if you can pick your roadmap and you're the Sacramento Kings, first, you want to get in.
Yes.
You want the highest seed possible. I would like to see them avoid the Phoenix Suns on their side of the bracket if there was a way to do that. Yes. So if the Kings could be 2 and Memphis is 3, that'd be fantastic because then Phoenix is 4. You still have to win your games. Would you rather play Phoenix or would you rather play Memphis if you got through the first round?
Memphis.
I'm with you.
Yes.
And I'm not saying the Kings would still have to get through the first round. They still have to get there.
Sure.
But I like their chances better against Memphis than I would against Phoenix. But also, if you get to that far, it should be difficult. All these games should be difficult. It's going to be tough in the playoffs.
James Ham was kind enough to put out this clip. A lot of people asking for this. This is De'Aaron Fox and Malik Monk again, but this is just a little bit of an awkward moment when Malik Monk meant well.
Yes.
But maybe it came out wrong.
I've been trying to get him going earlier than that. Listen sometimes, but it's Fox, man. I've been seeing it for almost all my life, man. I know what he's going to do. I know how to say something to get him turned on, too. So,
And Fox, what you got going, obviously, there?
Malik Monk is desperately, if you haven't seen the clip, go to James's Twitter. He's desperately trying to get back on track.
Yeah.
Malik Monk is me earlier with the Tom Thibodeau
and
stuff.
Me as well.
And just trying to get through and having a very difficult time doing it. We're going to pause for 60 seconds. Stick around. When we come back, we got 3 things. We got 3 in the key recap. We got 3 in the key that we're going to do for Phoenix tomorrow. And we've got concert tickets for you. The high school reunion featuring Snoop, Doug and Hogue, Too Short, and more. Golden One Center in August. Do not call now. If you call now, you will be rejected like the Keme Mutombo. But at some point in the next segment, we will have you call, and hopefully you will win. Stick around. 60 seconds. We're right back.
Sactown Sports is your new home for the San Francisco 49ers.
Let's go Niners! Yeah!
Debo.
Debo 10! Debo! Touchdown!
McCaffrey.
I'm just proud to be a 49er.
CMC!
Mike! Kittle.
And it is caught by George Kittle again.
They all live here. Sactown Sports, your official home for 49ers football in the 916.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave for my good friends at American Energy. Right now, get $2,500 off a new HVAC whole system installation. Now is the time to replace that system. $2,500 off a new HVAC whole home system. 0% financing, payment plan options available. There's no reason to keep putting this off. Schedule today, 916-520-9990, and tell them Carmichael Dave sent you.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
Near the banks of the Sacramento River, Perry Dye of the famous Dye family of golf architects designed Bartley Kavanaugh Golf Course as Sacramento's #1 course for fun. Dye's design and mixture of holes assures players of a fun-filled day with friends. Bartley Kavanaugh's moderately sized greens and generous fairway landing areas make for an affordable and fun round of golf. After golf, relax on the outdoor veranda with a cold beverage or a tasty meal. For tee times, visit BartleyKavanaugh.com. It's Sacramento's #1 course for fun.
Carmichael Dave.
He has very good sources, and he just kind of tells it as it is and gets to the point.
Jason Ross.
He has a lot of pretty smart things to say. He's good at what he does.
On Sactown Sports.
Hey, 3 years ago yesterday, I don't know if you call this a great moment in NBA history, but I think it's a rather important moment in NBA history.
What is that?
And I'm bringing it up only because it's kind of weird to think. In some ways, it seems longer ago. In other ways, it seems not that long ago. 3 years ago yesterday, Rudy Gobert touched all the microphones on the way out of his press conference.
Wow.
And shortly thereafter, shut down the NBA.
Yep.
Yay, Rudy.
Way to go, Rudy.
Was that the beginning of the end for him in Minnesota? Your thoughts?
In Utah?
Yeah, too.
Yeah.
Yes, because he went to Minnesota.
Exactly.
Where they're not hot.
It's the beginning of the beginning for him in Minnesota.
Yeah. Minnesota, not hot whatsoever. People want you to do the sprinkler.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I was listening to Kevin Herter's theme song right there.
Oh, can't wait to have Red Velvet on next week. He's having a good time. He's living it up. He's having a good time. They're having a lot of fun right now. Welcome back. It's Dave. It's Jason. Kyle Ledbetter in for Nate Littlefield, who is in for Jay Mars, who is out today and was out yesterday. So we will look forward to seeing him hopefully back on Monday. Kyle doing a wonderful job today. Don't forget Chris and Co. without the Co. is coming up in just about 45 minutes. And we're going to get Chris as a part of, we hope, should the technical stuff work out right. We're gonna get Chris as part of the whole thing. As a matter of fact, hey, look, there's Chris. How you doing? And then I said hi and bye to him real quick.
Oh, okay.
I brought him in the studio
and dropped him out.
Then I booted him out of the studio. Why is Chris? Oh, because we're testing stuff out. I was gonna say poor Chris is there. It's like 45 minutes to go. He's a show host now. He has his own thing.
It's called being prepared, Dave.
I mean, what the heck is that all about?
We have to make sure that everything's going to go smoothly when the show starts.
Does he have his microphone and everything? Okay, we need a 3-person overlay. This is something I should never do, but let me see if there we go. Hey, Chris.
What up, y'all? What is up?
Hey, hi, how are you?
I'm great, man. You know, all things considered, I'm living the life. Oh, I get to be Kevin Herter today? Okay.
Yeah, well, I just needed to find a 3-person.
There you go.
Oh, there we go.
I got it.
Wow, you're calling the overlay that features Chris Watkins a generic 3-person. Wow.
Who's doing this now?
I did. I actually did this.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
You're controlling it from.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay. We're all in the kitchen. So so this is a little bit of a tech run. You sound great to us.
Yeah.
That's great. Yeah. No, I found I was having some technical difficulties. I didn't think I would be able to find my audio interface, but I found it just tucked away in some closet. And so I think I should be all ready to go.
Are you using your road board?
No, I'm not. I'm actually using my roommate. My roommate has a nice little Steinberg audio interface for all those audio tech, audio heads, audio files, I believe.
Audio files, yeah. Daryl Steinberg board. Okay, very good. Shout out, Mayor Sacramento. You mind joining us again in I don't know, what about a little under half an hour for some
Can't wait.
It's okay.
Yep.
Can't wait.
Yep.
Can't wait. Hey, who's on your NBA Jam sweatshirt?
This is my dad actually just got me this. It's definitely It's Fox and Sabonis. If I had to give it any critique, I would just say it definitely took a couple weeks, if not a month, to get here. If you can.
Yeah. Those are. I had the Fox and I think it was Fox and Halliburton one, and that doesn't really work. Now it's a class. It's a collector's item.
Exactly.
Classic.
But it took like 9 years.
Vintage.
I
believe is what the kids would call it.
All right, buddy. We'll talk to you here in just a few minutes. Thanks.
I'll be sitting right here in this waiting room.
We'll be peering in at you until then. So that is Christopher Watkins, and he will join us again in just a few minutes. You mentioned this during the break, Jason. It's spring forward this weekend.
That's right. Time change.
What the HE double hockey sticks?
Yeah, where's spring?
Yeah. Spring doesn't happen for like another 2 weeks.
But more daylight, does that mean we just get more rain again? What's going on? Rain forever. It's raining every day from here until the end of time.
Dumb atmospheric rivers.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We got a giveaway for you as well as trying to figure out what I want to do in this segment if we want to move forward or back. I don't know where my read is, but I do know it is the high school reunion tour. It's in August, Golden One Center, featuring amongst others Snoopy Dogg.
Mm-hmm.
You've got Two Shorts and
Wiz Khalifa.
Burner. Hosier?
No.
Not going to be there.
No.
Okay. Well, you got everybody else there. That's going to be a fine time. And we're going to let's go. What number is Malik Monk number 3? No, who's number 3? Terrence Davis. Thank you. Let's go TD. 1-800-920-1140. We'll take the third caller at 1-800-920-1140. Kyle, hold off real quick. Let's do this. So let's take the third caller. Let's take a little bit of an early break here if we can, because I want to knock out a couple of things next segment. 3 in the key recap, 3 in the key forward. And we also need to look at tonight in the National Basketball Association before we get to Friday Fun and Games. So we'll take a little bit of an early break. We'll be right back on Sactown Sports.
The only place you'll find De'Aaron Fox is Sactown Sports.
Spins away from the defender, in the paint, soft floater. That's a great play by De'Aaron Fox.
Hey, Sacramento, it's De'Aaron Fox, and you're listening to the home of the Sacramento Kings, Sactown Sports.
Your local sports leader.
What's up? We're talking to Chad Hoblet of Hoblet Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, and Woodland. Chad, what's going on for Ram Truck Month?
This month, you can save up to $10,000 off MSRP on new 2023 Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cabs. Plus, we have over 600 new Ram trucks available, which means we have the truck you want at the price that will work for you. That's what makes us California's #1 Ram truck dealer and #3 in the nation.
Oh, with all the options in Sacramento, how does Hoblet manage to be the #1 Ram truck dealer over and over again?
Well, our true pricing policy is a big part of it. The price you see is the price you pay. No bait and switch or surprise add-ons like other places. Plus, we know times are getting harder, which is why we don't mark up our trucks like everyone else.
Hey, if you're tired of being taken advantage of or just being the next sucker, come experience the difference at the Hoblet Ram Truck Center or search, select, and save through their whole inventory at hobletdodge.com. Best prices, best selection, period.
10,000 total net savings after 4,000 factory rebates and 6,000 dealer discounts. Rebates include $1,000 Chrysler Capital bonus cash. Must finance with Chrysler Capital qualifying $1,000 case, C&H, or New Holland equipment cash. Must have purchased qualifying equipment after December 1st, 2020 to qualify. 5% savings. See dealer for details.
Thanks to the Xfinity 10G network, my little brother's friends won't leave our house. When I was their age, internet with basically no interruptions was a pipe dream.
You sound like my grandpa. Now through March 21st, new customers can get 1 gig internet on the Xfinity 10G network. It's just $30 a month for 2 years when you add mobile with unlimited data. Go to Xfinity.com/10G, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store today. Requires paperless billing and autopay with stored bank account. Restrictions apply. Taxes and fees extra. Xfinity Mobile requires Xfinity Internet. After promo, regular rates apply to internet service and devices. Actual speeds vary.
Your insurance company has an adjuster, shouldn't you? Call 888-GREENSPAN. They handle major insured claims from collapsed and falling trees. They represent you, not your insurance company. For over 75 years, Greenspan has been there for property owners, helping thousands of businesses, families, and communities receive correct and fair insurance claim settlements for property damage. Greenspan is your private adjuster, leveling the playing field. Call 888-GREENSPAN today. That's 888-473-6277. California DOI license number 2E11301.
How did your roof fare in the recent storms? If there's signs of wear and tear, address it before the problem becomes bigger. Cobex Construction Group understands the importance of a strong protective roof. The smallest leak can be the biggest problem. We provide homeowners with reliable roof repairs and replacements. Quality work and customer satisfaction are paramount to us. Get a new roof for 0 down and low monthly payments. Call 1-800-NEW-ROOF for a no-obligation quote or visit trustcobex.com. Cobex Construction in Roseville. Do it once. Do it right.
For the ones finding new ways to ensure the job always gets done. For the ones wearing many hats. For the ones who are hands-on, even from far away. And the ones keeping business moving forward. We are Grainger, offering professional-grade industrial supplies, plus real-time product availability and access to experts ready to answer your toughest questions. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Yeah, I'm so stressed. Our business is growing. We've got people all over now. What is that? Meditation?
I'm recommending the Uma cloud phone system with auto attendant and more than 50 features.
Uma?
Yep, switching to Uma is a cinch. Just $24.95 per month per user, plus taxes and fees.
Uma.
Now you're feeling it. Find small business calm at Uma.com/radio. That's OOMA.com/radio.
Hey, you want to be around people having a great time? You need to come check out Capital Casino, offering the most varieties of table games in the region in the friendliest environment. Come for the food, which is awesome, of course, and stay and play. Conveniently located in downtown Sacramento at 411 North 16th Street, right there in downtown Sacramento for over 20 years. Cap Casino, best food, best games, and of course, the best action. And please, gamble responsibly, 1-800-GAMBLER.
I always wanted to learn Spanish, but I never thought I'd have the time. Then I discovered Babbel.
Babbel's lessons are fun. They only take like 10 or 15 minutes, and in 3 weeks, presto, you're starting to speak another language, like magic.
I love that Babbel's lessons aren't just robots talking. They're voiced by native speakers, so you get the pronunciation just right.
If you want to learn a language, there's no faster, easier, better way than
Babbel.
Babbel.
Babbel. Go to Babbel.com to try for free. That's BABBEL.com. Babbel.com.
Sactown Sports.
Headlines.
Good morning, Sacramento. My name is Kyle Ledbetter, and these are your Sactown Sports headlines. The Kings got to light the beam with a 122-117 victory last night against the New York Knicks on national television. The Kings saw a 21-point lead go down to 0 in the fourth quarter, and that's when De'Aaron Fox went into fourth quarter Fox mode.
Here's Fox driving. The hammer off the dribble. The left hand by De'Aaron Fox. You talk about a statement rip. He's got 9 in the quarter.
Fox finished with 15 fourth quarter points, and Domantas Sabonis recorded his 9th triple-double of the season. For more post-game coverage, check out Frankie Cardicelli's Kings Recap right now on SactownSports.com. It is 9:25. This time check is brought to you by Coastside Medical Clinic. Now we return to the final half hour of the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Carmichael Dave.
He just has very good sources, and he just kind of tells it as it is and gets to the point.
Jason Ross.
He has a lot of pretty smart things to say. He's good at what he does.
On Sactown Sports.
You guys are still bringing the Tom Thibodeau stuff. Earlier in the show, we mistakenly. I did.
You got it started.
I did.
And then the YouTubers and the chatters just took it to a
whole new level. Everyone's at fault.
They're shining, though. They're really good.
They really, really are. Tom Thibodeau's social security number is only 5 numbers. Tom Thibodeau uses a carpet sweeper for his living room rug. What was the one you saw?
As railroad China, or collects railroad China. I don't know what that is, but I laughed.
I don't know either. Tom Thibodeau stands at the meat section and pulls every steak out and compares them one by one. Nice. Hey, by the way, that's just called responsible shopping.
Yeah. I'm for a good cut.
I'm finding I'm finding different answers here. Do you happen to know how many triple doubles Domantas Sabonis has in his career?
I don't know.
Okay, so I'm seeing somewhere
season is 9.
I'm seeing 24 according to StatMuse, but then 28. Yeah, I think he has at least 24 in his career. Which, interestingly enough, when you talk about most triple doubles by a center, number 5 is Bill Russell with 17. Number 4 is now Kareem Abdul-Jabbar with 21. I believe Sabonis just passed him for number 3 all time. Wilt Chamberlain had 78, and Nikola Jokic has 101. Interesting. Oh, TNT had 18 last night, so now he has 19. Okay, well then you know what? Everything online is screwy and stupid. Don't believe what you see online. Just say no to the. It's good to see. By the way, one great thing about the Kings doing better is well, we said that earlier. The Kings doing better is that they now have a website because for the longest time they didn't because you couldn't put 3 W's together.
Correct.
Remember that earlier? Yeah.
That was awesome.
3 in the key, please.
Okay.
Right now.
Let's do it.
Look back at last night if we have our 3 in the key bed. And we do. 3 in the key, brought to you by Kevin Lyles.
Yes, good old K. Lyle.
Not his name.
Kevin brothers.
Yeah. You had Trey Herter and Kevin Lyles, according to TNT.
Trey Herter's a good nickname because he shoots a lot of threes.
See that? It works. Jason Ross, you're in charge.
All right, let's look back at what we selected yesterday. It was Dave, it was you, it was me, and Nate was in the house. And the first, it was De'Aaron Fox's return.
Yeah.
So we asked about points, rebounds, and assists
Yeah,
for
we
one
did.
De'Aaron Fox.
I don't think I got this right.
You weren't bad. You actually, well, we might have to do some numbers here. We're all pretty close here. You said 28 points.
Yeah, too high.
4 rebounds,
Yep.
6 assists. I said 27 points, 6 rebounds, 9 assists. And Nate said 27 points, 7 rebounds, 7 assists. The LeBron line that he's never had.
Yeah.
And he was 23, 3, and 7. So
that's 33 total for him. If we're doing it that way.
Yeah, let's see. You were off by 5 on the points. Nate and I were off by 4. On the rebounds, you were off 1. I was off 3. Nate was off 4. And the assists, you were off just 1. I was off 2, and Nate was right on.
Nate was right on.
It's really close.
I think I beat Nate.
I think you did.
I did.
And I was in 3rd. But all very competitive.
Yes, it's always good to beat Nate unless you're a Prius. I know, too soon.
Also asked the question, what would be the largest lead in the game for the Knicks and for the Sacramento Kings?
Yeah.
Dave, you said the Knicks would lead by 12.
I did.
And the Kings would lead by 8.
Yeah.
I said 11 for the Knicks and also 11 for the Kings.
Okay.
And Nate said 7 for the Knicks, just 2 for the Kings, but they would win. The largest lead for the Kings was 21. And for the Knicks was just 4 at 5-1.
5-1.
So
I say you win that one. Right?
Okay.
Yeah, I feel like you were. So you won 1, I won 1.
All right. Then the last, always popular. Call your shot. Make a prediction.
Call
Something
your
bold.
shot.
You said Julius Randle would score 40 or more points.
I did.
He had 23.
They did. That is not 40 or more.
I said we would have what we would all deem would be a scuffle. Something would happen. 2 teams going at it. Did not happen, I would say. I would not. There was no scuffling.
No kerfuffle.
Nope, nothing.
No kerfuffle.
And Nate, bold Nate, said a career high 33 points for Kevin Herter on 11 made threes.
Well, he was close. Not really.
Yeah, he had 14 with a couple made threes.
I think you won that one.
I don't think anybody. Maybe
Yeah,
you.
we
You
all-
weren't that far from Randall. 17. I don't know.
Yeah,
Nobody called their shot.
Well, you know what? There's always tomorrow. But in this case, today, even though it's tomorrow's game.
You ready?
And since we're all going to have some fun with this, let's bring in Chris and Co's.
Chris and Co.
I'm here. Don't worry. I'm here.
Chris and Co, who you'll be hearing in just 29 minutes. Well, you'll be hearing him for the rest of the segment. Then he's got Chris and Co, but really just Chris, live on location today.
Yes.
And then he'll be, I assume, crossing with Deuce and Mo, Chris and Co.
Yes.
Rolls right off the tongue. It does. We're going to focus on Phoenix tomorrow night. Jason Ross.
All right, so 3 in the key. We have 4 players: Dave, myself, Kyle, and Chris. Look at this full house.
Do it.
All right, let's start today's category. This guy's an assist machine.
He
Dave.
really is.
Domantas Sabonis. We just won his assists for
Yeah.
tomorrow. How many will he have?
8.
8. Says with just like confidence.
I know for a fact.
You've seen the game.
I saw the future.
He is going to have 11 tomorrow.
Wow.
Kyle, how many assists for Domantas Sabonis?
10 and a triple-double.
10. Ooh, a little trip dub side note. Chris.
I'm gonna go with 7.
Okay, so we got the board covered there. How about this one, guys? I'll lead this one because Coach Brown made it a point. He was so angry about it. Said, we've got to be better. They gave up a season high 23 offensive rebounds. We want offensive rebounds for the Phoenix Suns. I am going to go with 7. Kyle.
23.
Again?
Wow.
They are not listening to their coach.
Not at all. I'm going to say 12.
12. And Chris?
100. 10.
10?
Hey.
Okay, the last one. Kyle, you lead us off on this one. Call your shot. We're doing it again. Pick something from the game that's going to happen tomorrow. Some bold prediction.
3 different Kings will score 25 points.
Wow. That's pretty bold. 3 Kings with 25 or more. Chris.
I'm going to go with a Devin Booker 40 piece and a De'Aaron Fox 30 piece.
Booker 40, Fox 30. Okay, Dave.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's finally going to happen.
Uh-oh.
We've been waiting for it. We've been wondering. It's going to happen. De'Aaron Fox is going to match his Kentucky brother, and he's going to have his first 50 game. Yes.
Whoa!
Now, I would say the chances of that happening are almost zero because that hamstring, but I don't want to make my bold prediction that De'Aaron Fox will have like 6 points. So I'm going the other way.
Wow.
By the way, shouts from the chat line on Chris Watkins in the background, the De La Soul poster or picture or whatever it is on the background. Left my wallet in El Segundo. Huge De La Soul song. Very good.
Man, that's like super bold. I had already written mine in. I feel based on all your 3 picks, I'm going totally off board. I have Kessler Edwards with 8 or more points.
Hey!
He hasn't played that much. When he played, he guarded Booker pretty well in the game before the break. Just got a little hunch. Little Kessler Edwards, 8 or more points.
Yeah. Kessinator.
Yeah, that's what they call him.
Yeah.
Everyone is saying.
Everyone.
Yeah.
Kess.
I desperately need a nickname for Kessler Edwards. I continue to call him Walker Kessler on accident, and it's just I just can't fix it.
I'm with you, Chris. I have to pause for a minute and make sure I have it right in my head. Like
it's one of those things where it's one of those things where every time I hear it and I say it in my head and I have that internal dialogue, it's always okay. It's not the one I think it is, and then I end up saying the wrong one. It's a mess.
Well, it's funny too because like Walker Kessler, Texas Ranger sounds perfect to me, but that doesn't work for Kessler
Walker
Edwards.
tells me.
I'm on Basketball Reference right now, and sometimes they'll have like some weird nicknames for people.
They do?
They don't have any for Kessler Edwards. Kessler Donovan Edwards, KDE. No.
What if we made him like a lawyer and he became E. Kessler Donovan?
Is
that a nickname?
Is that how that works?
Just trying to be funny.
No,
here.
I got you. Good attempt. We for example, De'Aaron Fox, known as Swiper.
Yeah.
The General.
No.
And Quick.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
The General.
Some of these
1-800 General now.
DeMontis Sabonis. Domas.
Mm-hmm.
Great. I'm going to try a couple more here. Malik Monk. This is basketball. Malik Monk is okay. I don't know what to do with. Oh, okay. Because it's spelled L-I-K. I was like, lick. Assuming that's leak.
Yeah.
Yes.
No.
I found the best one of the Kings.
What?
So Matthew Dellavedova. We all know his main nickname is Deli, but they list a second one that is.
I'm excited.
Outback Jesus.
Great.
I would take that.
Yeah.
I feel like nobody ever says, "Hey, Outback Jesus, you want to go get a beer?" Foster's? I don't think that's happening. Malik Monk is also known as the God of Dunk.
I've heard that.
Have you heard that?
I've heard it before, yeah.
But I can't Monk.
But
I think it's more from like high school.
You know what I know? I know Malik Monk ain't no punk.
No.
That's what I say.
Monk in the trunk.
Monk. That's actually very, very good. I did not want the Kings to win the championship.
So, Chris, if you weren't listening earlier, that was
impressions.
Carmichael Dave doing a Queen Elizabeth impersonation because Queen Elizabeth apparently cursed the Kings.
Not gonna have
it wasn't a bad impression.
Not going to have any of that on Chris and Co.
Yeah,
because we figured out that Queen Elizabeth was inaugurated in 1953, which was almost exactly 2 years after the Rochester Royals won the only franchise championship.
Right.
So now in May, according to Tom Maley at KNCI, King Charles will be coronated. And so maybe it was a Queen Elizabeth jingle. Right?
The math works out. Who am I to say? You know,
who are you to say no to that?
No,
and,
I'm a nobody.
YouTuber, I thought that was a Cosby impression. See, it
That's
was giving off those vibes.
It got really Cosbish at the end.
Cosbish.
I did not mean that. Let's look ahead to tonight's games, if you will.
Yeah, what do we root for tonight?
All right, so Trailblazers and 76ers, aren't we kind of beyond the point of caring?
I don't care about you, Blazers.
Poverty. And we don't care about poverty teams.
Try and say Shaden Sharp in that accent.
Yeah, do it. Do it. Do it.
The only way the Blazers win is if they get 40 points out of Shaden Sharp. Shaden Sharp. Shaden Sharp.
It's pretty solid.
Thank you. And honestly, I've done a lot of watching of The Crown. They asked me to play Liz at one point. Nets Nets Timberwolves.
Sure.
T-Wolves hosting the Nets.
Yeah.
We don't care, right?
Nah.
Peasant franchise. Okay. Nuggets and Spurs.
Hey, is there hope? Can they catch the Nuggets?
Nuggets favored by only 13 in this one. And then finally, the Lakers hosting the Raptors in a battle. The only way this could actually happen, a battle of two NBA teams that both end in ers. That's not true because you got Spurs, Blazers.
Clippers.
Okay.
All of them, Kingers.
Not the best stat to come up with. So we're rooting for, these are all peasants.
Raptors.
Raptors?
Yeah.
Go Spurs.
Go Spurs.
Go Spurs. Go Raptors. The other two enjoy basketball.
We'll take a break.
Yeah.
When we return, we've got Chris Watkins in with us, and we have fun and games for a Friday, hosted by Jason Ross. And as always, we have no idea. Now, I got a little bit of a hint earlier because but I still don't know where you're going with this. It's always fun. We'll do it next.
Sactown Sports is your new home for the San Francisco 49ers.
Let's go, Niners! Yeah!
Debo.
Debo 10! Debo! Touchdown!
McCaffrey.
I'm just proud to be a 49er.
CMC!
Mike! Kittle.
And it is caught by George Kittle again.
They all live here. Sactown Sports, your official home for 49ers football in the 916.
2 minutes left. 2 minutes left. Hands up. No fouls. No fouls. Yes. Great job. Timeout. Hello, Sacramento, and all you listeners, it's Doug Christie here for the Good Feet store. Did you know that when your feet are not properly supported, your whole body can become misaligned, causing pain in your feet, knees, hips, or back? Good Feet arch supports are designed to support all four arches of the foot, placing the feet in their ideal pain-relieving position and aligning the body from the feet up. Good Feet arch supports come in a wide range of over 300 styles, flexibilities, and sizes, so customers can be precisely fit with the arch supports that meets their personal needs. It's one reason why Good Feet arch supports are only available at the Good Feet store. Visit the Good Feet store now for a free personalized arch support fitting and then take them for a walk. Experience for yourself the pain-relieving comfort, balance, and support of Good Feet. In Sacramento, Roseville, Stockton, Modesto, and Vacaville. Online at goodfeet.com.
While your favorites are at spring training, let's get you into some spring savings with Consumer Cellular. As a Herd listener, limited time when you switch, you'll get an additional $25 off your entire bill. Plus, you save up to $250 a year with unlimited talk and text and a flexible data plan starting at just $20 a month. That's it, $20. Their award-winning 100% U.S.-based customer support team makes switching easy. You keep your phone, you keep your number with no contract, and activation is always free. How cool is that? Get the exact same coverage as the major carriers, backed by a 100% risk-free guarantee. Join the team that offers you more for your money. Call, find out now where to start saving today. Pick up your cell phone, dial pound 250 and say the keyword The Herd. Pound 250, keyword The Herd. You'll have the option to receive a one-time auto dial text message from Consumer Cellular.
Family-owned Clark & Rush, celebrating 60 years of serving Sacramento. It's time to convert your gas water heater and furnace to electric. Just turn to the experts at Clark & Rush and Carrier. We electrify more homes than any other contractor in Sacramento. Plus, we'll help you get up to $6,500 in utility rebates. We'll even do the paperwork. Call or visit clark-rush.com.
Smart energy savings is what we do. Clark and Rush.
Call 916-245-2829.
Guys, did you know your testosterone affects everything in your system, including how you feel and perform every day? Right now, Revive Men's Health Sacramento will check your testosterone for free. Knowing your T levels is the first step in understanding if you have low T. Your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED. Maintaining an appropriate T level can change your whole life. Most men start to see changes in their hormone levels in their 30s. Experience and results matter. So what are you waiting for? Get your T levels checked today by local, experienced, and trusted men's health experts. They've helped thousands of men since 2011. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Call Revive today and schedule your free testosterone test, free exam, and free consultation. Call Revive Men's Health at 916-277-8599. That's 916-277-8599. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
For a precision-crafted performance, the decision is easy. A new Acura from Acura of Stockton. Get the driving experience you've been waiting for in a new Acura. Get the best selection and customer service you deserve from Acura of Stockton. Shop in person or use our online express store at AcuraofStockton.com. Acura of Stockton will buy your trade, even if you don't buy from us. Don't settle for less than precision-crafted performance of a new Acura from Acura of Stockton and AcuraofStockton.com.
It's time for the news of the day.
The latest headlines, the biggest stories, hard-hitting analysis.
Yeah, this is none of those things. And now, here's Carmichael Dave and Jason Ross.
Christopher Lott's not a nice person. I don't like the way he treats you.
I don't either. It's not a very good call.
Want to get to Friday fun and games? Let's bring in Christopher L. Watkins. Let's move him out. Let's bring me in. Hi, how are you? You're doing that? Okay.
I got it.
Yeah, okay. Wow, Chris. That was
There we
awesome.
go.
Look at that. Chris control. He is driving the stick shift from his house.
That was me doing that.
Okay, well, hey, whatever.
I want the credit.
I think we were both doing it at the same time.
I did it. It was me.
The Queen.
The Queen. Good band, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Friday Fun and Games brought to you by Jason Ross. Jason Ross, where all your birthday cards go.
Yes.
Sure.
I don't
know what that means.
You guys ready?
Yes, I think. I never know.
Born ready.
I'm a little nervous.
No need to be nervous. No need to be nervous. We're just going to expose you guys.
Oh, hey. Wow, good thing we're on YouTube.
Next week, Dave, you told us earlier in the show that you were going to be going to Golden One Center for March Madness.
I will be.
Yeah.
Oh, I will too.
Oh, you are too?
I will too.
I will be too. We'll all be there for the madness.
The boys?
I forgot to tell you. And yesterday, I don't want to jinx this, but I had a friend bring up to me. It's like, hey, I don't think my buddy's going to use his Masters tickets this year. Yeah.
Seriously?
Yeah, I am so nervous about it. I don't.
How are you into that spot where, like, I don't think I'm going to use my Masters
like
tickets?
No. It was his friend might not use
right.
it. And so if that's the case, then he would give him to my friend and then,
wow.
I don't even, I'm so nervous. Like, I don't even want to think about it.
Okay,
but I brought it up on the radio, and now we're going to think about it a lot. All right, so anyways, March Madness next week.
Yes, so we got to get everybody ready. We got to get you guys ready. There's always a theme to Friday Fun and Games.
Yes.
Kyle, do you have any March Madness-esque music back there?
Oh, yeah, it's just CBS, right? CBS College Basketball theme?
Yeah.
Or, sort of.
Don't do One Lonely Child or whatever. What's the song that at the end?
One Shining
Lonely Child.
Sorry.
Oh, this is it.
This is it. Okay. But this isn't the theme.
One Lonely Child.
Yeah, I need the
We'll get there.
Oh, we'll get there. Oh, we're on a long and winding road. Okay.
We're on a loop.
Well, while we're doing that.
All right. How well do you guys know your mascots, your team's nicknames?
Know them all.
Considering you just said One Lonely Child.
Dude, that was so late.
All right, let's give you some teams, guys, and this is for the crew. We're not scoring points. We just want to see how well you guys do.
Yes.
The automatic qualifier from the always anticipated conference, the A-Sun, which I don't know what it means. Atlantic Sun Belt.
Yes, I don't know. Atlantic Sun.
The A-Sun.
Is Kennesaw State. Dave, Chris, Kyle, anybody? They're known as the
Kennesaw State Mountaineers.
Chris?
The Chippewas.
Kyle, you got a shot at this one?
I think it's the Tigers.
You know what? You guys did awful. It's the Owls.
I was closest.
Okay, what did you say, Chris?
I said the Chippewas, which I know is
You
somebody.
said the Chippewas. I
That's
said
a
the
good one.
Mountaineers. I think
Tigers?
Yeah.
Closest to Owls.
It's in the animal
We have
kingdom.
nobody flying.
I just played probabilities on that one.
Okay. Well, look. 0-for-1. We're okay.
Okay.
We're a team.
We're fine.
You guys
We're
are going to
good.
do
We're
this.
good.
All right. From the big sky, we got to do this. The Montana State
Beavers.
Okay.
The Cougars.
Cougars.
Grizzlies or Montana, right?
Yes,
I'm not
maybe.
answering.
I can't say. Can't say.
Montana State.
yeah.
I think it is Cougars then.
Oh, 2 Cougars and a what? Beavers?
Beavers.
All right. The Bobcats.
I mean,
Yeah, Cougar and Bobcat. They get
Okay,
that.
we're moving on.
That's pretty close.
Big South.
2 for 2.
Yeah. The UNC Asheville. These are going to be teams you're filling out
love
your
it.
brackets.
You ever been to Ash Vegas before? Nice out there.
UNC Asheville.
The UNC Asheville Mountaineers.
the Anteaters.
God, I'm so mad I don't know this one.
Yeah.
I've seen them so many years now.
I'm upset that you don't know it too.
I'm actually bothered.
This is the one that
You know
I
what he
should
is?
know.
Yeah.
He's one lonely child.
He is one lonely child. One lonely child.
Anything, Kyle?
No, just go to the next
okay.
one.
Bulldogs.
The Bulldog.
Yeah.
Anteaters.
All right.
Mountaineer? No.
This one, I will admit, I've never heard in my life.
Okay.
I never heard this nickname.
You know pretty much all of them.
I don't know.
Okay.
From the Horizon League, Northern Kentucky's going to the dance. So when we're there, we're cheering, go,
go.
Something I've never heard.
Okay, go. Okay, Western Kentucky, go.
Northern.
It's Northern.
Yeah, it changes.
Oh, go McConnells.
Okay. Good.
Maybe.
Chris?
I'm gonna go
Go
with
out all investment in our states. Sorry.
the human beings.
Okay. Kyle.
So you know how the Raptors have something that's We the North?
Yeah.
This is We the Norse.
How did you know that?
Northern Kentucky, We the Norse, baby.
We the Norse.
They're the Norse.
They're the Norse.
What is a Norse?
A Norse is they're from Holland and they wear shoes.
It's a Viking.
The shoes with the things.
I
The
have
curly
heard that.
shoes, like
Right.
in
Yes.
Wizard of Oz. They drive the wooden boats.
You know, proud alum, Tom Thibodeau.
Tom Thibodeau. Yes.
The Norse. Northern Kentucky Norse. Okay, let's go with, you mentioned the team earlier, Dave, from the Southern Conference.
Hey, wait, hold on. What are they?
Norse.
Wait, they really are?
That's it.
They're the Northern Kentucky Norse?
Yes.
Norse. Like a
Again,
horse with an N.
Vikings.
They're
Like-
Viking.
like-
Did you know that?
Yes, 100%. I used to be obsessed with college basketball when I was a child.
When did you watch Northern Kentucky?
They played in the Horizon League Championship against Cleveland State like 5 or 6 years ago and lost.
Norse. I had never heard that. All right, Southern League.
Orlov's looking at me like I'm crazy.
All right.
Furman. Furman is in the tournament, guys. You
Yeah.
may fill them out in your bracket, move them to a couple rounds.
Furman.
The Furman.
Okay.
Yeah.
This one I do know.
Okay.
The Furman Bigfoots. Here's why. Because it's a play off of Furman.
Yeah, good call.
Furman Bigfoot.
Chris, that sound logic. What do you got?
I thought he actually seriously knew it because that sounds right.
Furman Bigfoots.
Yeah, I'll go with the Abominable Snowmen.
Mm. Yeah, the Snowies for short.
I looked this one
Snowies,
up
yeah.
earlier because you mentioned
Oh, then
no,
It is the Paladins.
Paladin.
Wow.
Is that a black and white show? Dun, 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 Paladin. Isn't that from Stand By Me? No.
Oh my
What
goodness.
is this?
This is March Madness by Future.
It is.
Oh, dude, CBS March Madness theme. We had one job. God.
This should replace One Lonely Child. I'm going to put that out there.
All right, now we're going to need more team participation here. Let's just start firing away here. I got some more nicknames, but we're going to go. There's a lot of Wildcats. Just fire away. How many schools that are Wildcats you can mention?
The
Arizona.
Kentucky.
Arizona, Kentucky. Good. There's 2.
The Auburn. Nope, that's the Tigers.
Mm-hmm.
Wildcats. Oh,
Wildcats.
Wildcats.
Football.
Wildcats.
Is NC State Wild? No,
It's the
they're
Wolfpack.
Wolfpack.
Yeah, Wildcats.
A team that cut down the nets just a couple years ago.
Well,
there you go.
Wildcats.
Oh, that's right.
With Josh Hart and Jalen Brunson.
Dante DiVincenzo.
That's right.
the High School Musical school is the Wildcats.
Wildcats.
Cordon Bleu.
Cordon Bleu.
Yeah, I think that's all of the Wildcats.
Yeah,
Okay.
there's no way there's more
I think
Wildcats.
there's a big
than
one
that.
we're missing.
Yeah, Big
There's a-
10, Big 12, Big 10, excuse me.
Northwestern.
There you go.
Northwestern, Yeah. Kind
Big
of.
12 team.
Big 12. Texas.
No.
Colorado.
Rock Chalk.
Oh, Kansas State.
Jayhawks.
Yeah,
Kansas State.
Hey, how about
Wow.
something really general Sacramento area? If we're doing that, like we do our
Chico.
bit. Chico.
Yeah.
Oh.
Boom. Chico Wildcats.
Where did Steph Curry go?
Davidson.
There we
Wow,
go.
here we go. We're on a roll now.
Also, another team in the Big Sky that Sac State plays.
Weber.
Montana State.
Hey, oh my
What's
goodness!
up?
Look at you guys.
Dave's carrying right now.
I am.
There's more, but we'll end there. We'll
Okay.
end there. All right,
the
here we
Norse.
go. We the Norse.
We the Norse.
All right, I've got the top 8 universities that have the longest active tournament streak. Let's see how many you can get. Most appearances in a row.
Kansas.
Duke.
Kansas is number 1.
Thank you.
Right.
Correct.
Yeah.
Duke is not on the list.
Yeah.
Duke
Wow.
missed the tournament a couple years ago.
Everyone
Yeah,
knows.
right. That's right. Yeah.
Villanova.
Villanova is number 5.
I like Villanova. Yes.
Okay.
Kansas with 32 straight appearances, by the way.
Gonzaga.
Gonzaga is number 3. So we got 1, 3, and 5.
I want to say North Carolina, but I feel like they missed it recently.
Do you want to say it?
I do.
Number 4.
Oh,
They're going to miss it this year.
Yeah,
Yeah, 1, 3, 4, and 5. So we're missing 2, 6, 7, and 8.
2, 6, 7, 8. Kentucky's not on there, are they? No, they've missed the tournament. Yeah, they missed it last year.
Florida State's not on there, are they?
They are
I think
not.
they've been 5 in a row. UCLA?
They are not.
UCLA missed it like 3 years in a row.
Virginia.
Yeah, they're terrible.
What'd you say, Chris?
Virginia.
No.
Virginia Tech.
Yes,
Yeah.
number 8. All right, so now we got 2, 6, and 7.
Man.
All from the same conference.
Got to be Big Ten then.
Is it?
Oh, Michigan.
Michigan is number 7.
Michigan State
is number 2.
And Ohio State is not part of it. It's not there. Ohio State is not on the list.
The Iowa Keegan Murrays.
Ooh, Purdue.
Purdue, the
Purdue.
Boilermakers.
Yeah.
All right.
They're not called Perdon't.
No.
Right?
Let's see. When Oral Roberts won this week, the Summit Conference,
You said Roberts.
we're going to be at the game going, go!
Oh, go!
I know it's a bird.
Go
The
Birds!
mascot's
Go!
a bird.
Go Falcons.
It's a color, descriptor of a color and a bird.
Go red condors. Go blue eagles.
That's what their mascot looks like. Their mascot does look like a blue falcon. I don't know.
Blue Falcons.
What's
Oral-
the universally most hated Kings jersey color?
golden eagles.
Golden
Eagles. Is it Golden Eagles?
Yes.
Oh, it is. Okay.
There we go.
Got it on the first try. We did.
How about the Southland winner this year? Texas A&M Corpus Christi is going to the tournament. They're going dancing. Who are they?
The other Aggies? So A&M would be out agricultural and manufacturing, I think is what it stands for.
What is Corpus Christi?
So I'm going to say the Texas A&M Corpus Christi fishing charter boats.
You know what? You're not. You're on the right line of thinking. Water
moccasins.
No, it's not with. But like thinking.
The waves. The sea tigers. Sea tigers.
There is a hockey team with this name.
The Kraken.
Oh.
In
the sailboats.
No.
The speedboats. The motorboats.
The motorboats.
Motorboat, Jim.
That'd be a good name for Oral Roberts.
The Islanders.
Wait, is that it?
Yeah.
Oh, that wasn't a hint.
In Corpus Christi?
Yeah.
This just has me thinking, like, how dumb is the Brooklyn Nets name? Like, they're the Nets.
Yeah. No, exactly.
How about Colgate? They're in the tournament.
Nets is actually short, but Nets is short. It's short for Netterbockers. Remember that? Corpus. What'd you say?
Yeah, Kyle got it.
Colgate Raiders.
Colgate, the toothpaste.
The Raiders. Yeah.
The Colgate Crests.
The Colgate Crest. Whatever, know-it-all guy.
Love you too, Dave.
Chris and Co. without the Co. from the Palatial Chris Studios.
Yes.
Our thanks to really nobody except for us for putting
Except for the
everything
chatters
on.
with tips.
The chatters were great. Thanks to Tom Thibodeau. Thank you to Kyle Ledbetter. Well done, Kyle. Well done indeed. Solid B+. We'll see you Monday. Go Kings. Like that beam in the Valley of the Sun. Bye-bye.
The only place you'll find Harrison Barnes is Sactown Sports.
He's got the bucket at the buzzer. Harrison Barnes.
Hey, Sacramento, it's Harrison Barnes, and you're listening to the home of the Sacramento Kings, Sactown Sports.
Your local sports leader.
I did not want the Kings to win the championship.
With an STP oil filter for only $26.99. Do the complete job for the right price. Get the parts you need when you need them. at AutoZone or AutoZone.com.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Power Business Technology is